Yeah, that's the start of this week exploded on me, or else I probably would have gotten here earlier. Although, here we go. Scroll up at the top of the screen, actually. We are back on this adventure. This is one that I was meaning to do. That I have been meaning to do. This is, in fact, as promised the last time I streamed H.io games. We're going to play Monochrome Pixels. Monochrome Pixels, of course, by the one and only HusbandoGoddess. That's right. I forgot about First Skate. This was the follow-up to Late Night Convo, right? Played a good few here. Naturally me. Delightful D&D adventure. Delightfully wholesome D&D adventure. Beta over. Another heartfelt game about... prequel to Late Night Convo. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I do need to... I did. I have this downloaded, of course. I do need to, of course. If we have time afterwards, maybe. Yes. I primarily set aside this time for Monochrome Pixels and Monochrome Pixels alone, and whatever happens next, no plans. Maybe we go back there. Oh, right. Of course. But that's right. It is by yourself and Karin here. Of course. Project lead writer, co-lead writer, beta tester. That Easter egg artist. Ooh, so many people. Who say, oh my goodness, yes. Food art, animal, Easter egg art. Need to be careful what links I open in the itch.io app, because most external links just utterly crash. Linktree might work, but alas. What a great collection of names here. As always, so many wonderfully talented people in here. So, more info. Oh yes, there we go. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Karin, most recently we had where winter crows go. And I've seen them around a ton. This was for winter 2022 and 2023. I've not. I've seen this around briefly, killer trait, but I don't know that much about it. But as always, excellent work. I did play Panacea way in one of my earlier Spooktober streams. I did play Panacea. Love Panacea back in the day. So a ton of talented folks. Let's see here. Summer. Ah, I loved this. I loved. Yes. I played. I've seen. God, there's some. Sorry, I'm just getting wrapped up. I'm just getting utterly wrapped up in how many amazing folks are on putting content out here, and how much collaboration amazing collaboration happens here. Because I'm browsing through names. browsing through names here, popping up projects. It's like, oh, hey, I recognize that. I recognize that. Oh, Theo. Oh, holy crap. Heck yeah. Happy twofold. Heck yes. God. God, look at all this. Oh, I told you so. Love that gang. Love the twofold gang. Holy crap, Theo. It's amazing. After everything we've worked on so far. Yeah. That, wow. Holy crap. All right. Really amazing group here. Amazing group right off the bat. Before I get lost in the sauce, let's talk about Monochrome Pixels. We have Diana, a senior game designer for Mad Lobster Interactive. Deals with burnout, night terrors, work harassment, the hands for a narcissistic boss, Godric on a daily basis. One morning, unlike any other, without paying any mind to her already busy schedule, Godric tasks her with mentoring their new employee, Enya, an upbeat and passionate newbie who's yet to see the struggle of the game development industry. Oh no. Very much at her wit's end, Diana has to make an important decision that may affect not only her career, but her life as a whole. Will she mentor Enya in her own way and get to know her better? Get to know them better. Will she be at the service of Godric and her own inner demons? Oh, no, look at them. Oh, look at this bastard sauce man. Look at this bastard sauce man. Oh, poor I say these headshots delightfully simple, like simple on the surface, but you can tell so much about them already. Dead inside, sweet summer child. Look at this smug bastard man. Look at this smug bastard man, so full of himself. We are dealing with a whole lot of. I would say that's probably the biggest part that stood out to me is the very apt and prescient depiction of abuse and mistreatment in the games industry. Contains the following content: toxic workplace environment, abusive and oppressive boss, struggles with mental health and depression, nightmares, burnout, harassment, misogyny, all painfully present in in the industry at large today. Yeah, support game developers however you can. Listen to their stories. Of course, I will drop the link in the description of this YouTube video after the fact, and I'll drop the link in chat afterwards. So, of course, give these links a look then. On that note, I will stop rambling. Boom. Okay. Fictional, the issues of abuse and mistreatment in the games industry are not. Yes, toxic workplace, abusive and oppressive boss, struggle with mental health, depression, nightmares, burnout, harassment, misogyny. Please be advised, take care of yourself. Welcome to Monochrome Pixels. Please take a couple moments to set up your game. Please adjust display settings to your liking, then click next to continue. Oh. I like the default font. All right. Hang in there. Oh. We'll leave that be. All right. Audio capture. All right. Certain transitions and animations in the game utilize CRT glitch type effects. Hello, twin. The image in the middle of the screen. This may be disabled by reduce animations. See how this looks on the output. Doesn't look so bad. All right. I say, how is this on your eyes? On the output, it doesn't bug me that much, but how does it look on the Twitch side? Let's see, reduced or turned on? I think I can go back in and turn this off if need be, but if it gets to be too much, let me know. Let's go to the Twitch end. Okay, cool. That concludes the initial setup. Thank you. As a reminder, you may change those settings at any time in the options menu. Ah. Alright. Let's get right into it. The boss. You're nothing to this company. At first, this phrase opened a wound. You know you're disposable, right? Over time, the more I saw your face, the more that wound swelled into an excruciating, vulnerable infection. As time passed and I got to see your face more and more, that wound opened up wider and wider, becoming exposed. Oh, I could replace you, just like that. Eventually it became infected, so much so that it leached into my brain and traveled its way down to my heart. I should be dead, but here I am. Still living. Or am I? After all the time I've spent with you, I question if I'm even still alive. But whenever I see you, I have trouble breathing. I want to run away, but my legs refuse to move. No matter how much I try to break free, my brain is shackled by one command. Don't defy the boss. Day one. Ooh. My vision is obscured by my warm and heavy comforter. Thump. Oh, hello there, ma'am. Tossing it aside, I expose myself to the cold air moving through my apartment, along with the source of the noise, my phone. I used to like this sound 5 years ago, but just like other recent decisions in my life, it eventually soured on me and I've grown to loathe it. It's way too happy. Then again, I tried darker tunes and they had the same effect, so maybe it's just me, instead of the psycho engineer who created the cheerful tune. Grabbing my phone, I turn off my alarm and stare up at the ceiling aimlessly. I don't want to go to work. I don't want to get up in general. Just stay in bed. Very comfortable bed that I use my bonus on, so that I can stay on my phone. Because I sure as hell don't want to go back to sleep. But I have to get up and go to work. Damn it, capitalism and your inability to allow anyone a moment's respite. Oh, Panda! Hello. Bring myself up into a forward lurch and manage to straighten up before my head makes contact with my bed. After getting out, I head over to my small bathroom to make myself look pretty. God, even just thinking about the word leaves an awful taste in my mouth. I leave my bathroom after brushing my teeth and combing my apple-colored hair enough to get straight and unfrizzled. Stepping over a few dirty clothes on the floor, I open my dresser and pick out my outfit. I'm skilled in many things, even if people say I'm not. There's one thing no one has doubted me for, it's my ability to dress. That should work. Comfortable, but presentable. After doing some final checks, I toss my worn-out purse over my shoulder before grabbing what I need to survive during the downtime, my phone and over-the-ear headphones. Despite everything, these babies still work, and I'm forever grateful for that. Especially the phone. Phones are absurdly priced these days, true? Opening up Pair Music, I start my travel playlist. A track from Shin Megumi Tensei, Demon Punishment, begins to play. I can feel my shoulders relax, my heart slowing to a reasonable pace as the tension seeps out of my body.
You're okay, Diana. You're going to be okay.
At least until I get to the office. After that, well, I'll manage. Turning the handle, I exit my apartment and take the stairs down, making my way to my usual bus stop. That's a very heavy dialogue there. The emotion in that line was real. It was real strong. Real strong. Mad Lobster Interactive. Oh, how I don't miss you during our brief time apart. Even though I'm early, I decide to make a dash for my desk despite a few colleagues greeting me along the way. A painful twinge pulls into my heart when I see them frown or make a sour face. Oh. Hang in there! After putting my stuff down into my cubicle, I settle into my chair, recline into the indent I've made for myself. If there's any upside to working here, to which there's at least a few, it's this office chair. It's somehow more comfortable than my bed, and when I get into the chance to lean back enough, I can feel my body thank me for the brief moment of relaxation. Take off my headphones and let the comforting sound of my music grow faint as I place it on my desk.
Uh-huh.
Okay, what's on today's agenda? Let me just see here. Logging into my work computer, I clock in for the day. I'm 5 minutes early. A barrage of messages greets me the moment I open up Slouch and InLook. I love these. God, I don't want to call them parody names, but the copyright free names. Good old Slouch and InLook. My favorite email app, InLook. All relating to the current project I'm working on, Dynawind. These are all so good. It's an upcoming free-to-play dark fantasy game with gacha elements. It's coming along. There's been a number of progress bumps along the road. Our team keeps getting smaller and smaller, which means the workload keeps getting heavier and heavier. 30k a year is nowhere near enough for what I'm doing, but what am I supposed to do about that? Hoping the game is received well when it releases in 2 years would suck to disappoint our players, especially after the positive response on the reveal trailer. We've all worked too hard on this project for it to fail. At this point, only time will tell. As I'm typing away, answering messages to whomever is sending them my way, a loud ping emits from my phone. A personal email? From who? Oh god, I hope it's not another crypto scam message.
No.
Don't respond back, Diana. It's tempting. The thought of sending a snarky reply so that a crypto bro with broken English gets mad at you for insulting them. As I whisper that to myself, I glance around to make sure the coast is clear before opening up my phone because I don't dare get off task on my work computer. I open my inbox first, dropping my shoulders after reading the first unread email. Interview request. About Mad Lobster Interactive. Ooh? That journalist again. When will they get their hint? The hint that I'm not interested in their interview. Sighing, I shove my phone into my coat pocket. I don't have time for not... Another ping. What'd I just say? I don't have time for... Before I take out my phone again, 4 more pings follow in quick succession of each other. Uh-oh. No, they're not coming from my phone. They're coming from my PC. Bright red bubble with the number 5 sitting in the corner of the slouch icon is staring back at me. Oh no. Dread. Who could need my attention that urgently? Did something happen? I pop open the window and glance at the unread direct messages to see who contacted me. Right then and there, my heart drops. 5 messages from Godric. Seconds feel like minutes as I stare at the red bubble next to his name, my stomach turning as I mull over the possibilities. Could be anything, and that's what's frightening. You never know what you'll get with Godric. My hand starts to shake as I drag my mouse closer to his contact. Just go in expecting the worst, Diana. That way you won't be disappointed with whatever happens. Brace myself for whatever comes my way before clicking on his messages. Good morning, Diana. I'm reaching out to you because I have an important matter to discuss with you. Please get to my office pronto. Like in 3 minutes pronto. Thanks. Smiley face.
What?
An important matter? What's so important that he couldn't even disclose it to me on Slouch? A storm of possibilities rampaging through my mind transform into a single typhoon as I mull over one fact. It's not that he doesn't want to tell me over in Slouch. It's because that he can't tell me on Slouch. What is it that he wants? As much as I want to figure it out, Godric hates waiting. After all, he wants me at his office in 3 minutes. Did I just hear myself say 3 minutes? He wants me in his office in 3 minutes. He does remember that he takes 5 minutes to get to his office, right? That's a dumb question. Of course he knows that. If Godric were to hear me, I can imagine him saying, "Not with that attitude. Everything can be done a little faster if you put your mind to it." Oh, what a pompous. Steeling myself, I bravely get up out of my chair and power walk to the elevator, hoping to get there as fast as humanly possible. Oh, some coworkers try to get my attention, but they stop themselves once they realize I'm headed to Godric's office. Their curious expressions become forlorn looks once I pass by them. At least they know. Goof, that expression. The pain in that expression. Jesus Christ! I lean against the wall, panting as I try to catch my breath. I couldn't take the elevator. Assholes closed the door right before I could get on. Somehow, by the grace of God, I managed to run up the 2 flights of stairs and get here. I honestly didn't think my legs were capable of that with all the sitting I would do. Maybe in another life, I was an Olympic athlete that won multiple gold members in the 100-meter dash and became star runner in the 400-meter relay. Just like that, I arrive early. Exactly how he likes it. Wipe the sweat off my brow before gently knocking on Godric's office door. Come in, come in. His jovial voice pierces through the closed doorway like a sharp key granting me entry. I open the door and step into his office. Inside is a scene I don't expect. Oh! He's got a portrait of himself in his office. What an asshole. I see Godric standing next to someone. Well, not to mention the whole friggin' trophy case. It looks fit. He's a young fellow, with colorful hair and peppy attire that makes me feel dressed down. The sight of this iridescent stranger eases the tightness in my chest. Though that begs the question, who are they? They certainly don't look like a stockholder or a CEO from another company. Could they be an employee here?
Good morning.
Diana, there you are. Oh? Why do you look so scared?
Ha!
My, you do know that you're not in trouble, right? Geez, making me look like the devil incarnate with how petrified you look.
I'm sorry.
I was a bit frantic because you told me to get here urgently, within 3 minutes. Godric's eyes widen slightly. Doesn't seem to recall his messages from earlier. Did you really forget about those already? Conveniently forgetting. Godric steps away from the young man and walks toward me. On instinct, my body takes a couple of steps back. Well, being on time is always good. That instinctive reaction is concerning. But, you know what I always say, Diana. Everything can be done a little faster if you put your mind to it. I was hoping that telling you that this matter was urgent would encourage you to walk with some pep in your step. Motherfucker, I did! Your very vague messages were supposed to be encouraging? How? Well, it's not a happy-go-lucky pep in your step. More like a happy-go-fuck-yourself pep in your step, Godric. God, I hate you so much. Godric claps his hands together, bringing the matter to a close.
Chop, chop. Time is money.
Now, we don't have a whole day to argue about the little things. Let's get to the matter at hand. We can't keep that young man waiting any longer. Patrick really said you didn't get there fast enough. this? Anyways, we got a precious bean here. Just giving back over to the mysterious man like a child who hopped up on candy. Godric wraps his arm around their shoulder and pulls them close. Judging by their unwavering smile, this person doesn't seem to mind the close contact.
Diana, this is Enya, our newest junior game designer.
Tardy!
Enya, this tardy yet surprisingly efficient senior game designer is Diana.
The young man waves at me eagerly, his eyes shining brightly as he looks at me with the affection a puppy would give their owner.
Hiya. The name's Enya. Wait, Godric already said that. Anyway, it's nice to meet you, Diana.
I can tell. I love that. I winced at his loud introduction. I wasn't expecting for someone to sound so eager this early, let alone in an office setting.
It's nice to meet you too, Enya. Godric, mind filling me in on what's going on?
Shout out to the sheer bile in that Godric. That's delightful. It says, what do you think is going on? I brought you in here so I can introduce you to a new employee. There can be only one answer. I want you to mentor Enya. Obviously. What? I know it's a bit last minute, so let me explain. Unfortunately, the employee I originally had in mind to mentor our sweet little Enya left the company. And you know I can't just throw Enya out there without a guide. What kind of boss would do something so heartless? You! So I went through our current list of employees and found that you were the most suitable candidate. Years of experience as senior in their department, and you sure know how to handle a heavy workload. That last skill is very important, especially since we're ramping up development on DynaWind. We'll need all hands on deck if we want to complete the project on time. The mentorship starts effective immediately and will last for the whole week. By next week, Enya will be flying solo. That being said, I hope that you can fill the role. Concern.
Not this again.
Godric. He narrows his eyes at me. I feel myself shrink under his sharp and subtle gaze. Yes, Diana? How do I phrase this with as little pushback as possible?
Listen.
I have my concerns about that.
Excuse me?
Concerns. He looks at Enya, who's still smiling. Godric then looks back at me, eerily mimicking Enya's smile, which sends shivers down my spine.
Oh, whatever are you talking about?
And what exactly are those concerns, Diana? I'm not sure if I can handle mentoring them. You said development on DynaWind is getting more serious, and as a senior member of the project, I have enough on my plate as is. Implementing assets and features, working on documentation, attending meetings, and reading over scripts. That's just a fraction of what I'm doing. I really can't handle more than that. Surprisingly, I was able to finish talking. It felt nice. I think this is the longest I've gotten to talk to Godric without interruption. Maybe you'll reconsider me being Enya's mentor. Maybe you'll find someone else who's less busy. Or maybe not. My hopes are dashed when Godric's grin gets a tad wider. Godric flicks his index finger up toward the ceiling.
Ha ha!
However, I am not the kind of man who wouldn't compensate my employees for their work. At the end of the week, pizza. 1 slice. Bullshit, you aren't. Once again, Godric leaves Enya's side and strolls up to me, rubbing his hands together like a convincing, conniving salesman. You know, like the one in Legend of Zelda, Laura's mask. What would you like, Diana? You can wish for anything, and I'll grant it. As thanks for mentoring Enya. I don't like the tone of that. Paid vacation. A paid vacation. Not that. Maybe something else. Bonus? Also not possible. Unpaid Godric pinches the bridge of his nose and lets out a heavy sigh. Okay, you know what? How about this? Godric leans in close, wrapping his arm around my shoulder. Oh, Too close. Too close. Wrapping his arm around my shoulder, prepared to whisper his proposition. I want to squirm out of his hold, but my body just freezes, unable to move. I've been keeping an eye on you and what you do on your computer. If I remember correctly, you took some time out of your ever so busy workday to go look up a game. What was it called? The one where you went to a cafe and talked to people. Tea talk. Yes, that one. So nice of you to remember. But I just, get you that game. What do you say? Godric, that's free to play. I know, it's such a good offer, and it's coming out of my own pocket. Too, it's impossible to say no. Bruv, well, I already know I can't say no. As well say yes and get something out of this before he takes the offer back and gives me the task anyway. So, when can I expect the game? Early next week. Let's shake on that, so it's official. Godric holds a free hand out for me to shake. I don't like you. Deal. Comfortably, I shake his hand. His grip is so tight and firm. It's almost like he does this for a living.
Excellent.
Good. It's almost like he does this for a living. Pressure people into uncomfortable handshakes. But it's fine. It's fine. Godric leaves my side, and I feel like I can breathe again. Goes to sit behind his desk. Godric clapped his hands together happily.
I expected nothing less from our employee of the month. Huh?
I knew I could count on you, Diana. Godric gestures Enya to me. And you'll be sure to ask any questions that are on your mind. Oh, and make yourself at home. When you're here, you're family. I roll my eyes. Enya nods. I'm sure the cubicle in front of Diana's is free for the taking. Go ahead and take it. That way you won't need to go far to ask any nail-biting questions you may have. Thank you so much, Godric. Oh, and thank you, Diana, for taking me under your wing. Enya bows. I promise you I won't be a bother. Oh, a bow. I'm a bit jealous. I didn't get that kind of treatment when Enya met me. Don't you feel special, Princess Diana? Bruv.
Conversation over.
Mm-hmm.
Shoo! Shoo!
Now go. There's no time to waste. Godric instantly waves us away, directing us toward the door. Have a good rest of your day, Godric. You too, Enya. Enya and I both exit Godric's office. And even a second later, I see Godric from the corner of my eyes, sitting down and kicking his feet up on his shiny, expensive wooden desk. When you're here, your family. Suddenly you work at Olive Garden. God, Godric has that... Godric has that Olive Garden meat sauce energy. Now, where do I go? Where do I want to go on vacation next? Those are the last words I hear slip out of Godric's mouth before his office door closes behind us. From here, we head back down to the elevator at the second floor. Where am I going on vacation next? I'm going to take my second yacht out for a stroll. I'm going to take both of my yachts out.
So cool.
I'm going to drive one yacht and tow the other. Oh, that's it. That's your cubicle? It's so awesome looking. I love your figurines and pins. Enya holds his hands together as his eyes gleam with delight. It's weird seeing someone so happy in an office space. Usually everyone else has a neutral face, or if they're like me, they also have a resting bitch face. I feel like I've fallen into that lately myself. I feel like I relate to that feeling, Diana. It's seeing someone so utterly passionate in an office setting like this, which is inevitably designed to make you feel dead inside, is jarring. Yeah. I wouldn't take you to some random person's desk.
Enya.
Anyway, your desk is over here, right in front of mine. I point to the empty cubicle, but Enya's attention remains on my area. Enya walks up to my desk and admires some of the trinkets I have lying around amidst the clutter. He's eyeing my Final Crystal 7 Reborn figurine, a collector's edition exclusive. No way, you got the Clyde figurine! Clyde Strofe. Can I touch it? The ambitious yet curious glint in their eyes has me feeling a little anxious. before they can get any closer, I put my arm between them and my precious Clyde figurine.
No.
No, please don't. It's very expensive. Besides, remember where we are. We're at work, Enya, not at my house. Can't just loiter around looking at stuff.
I'm sorry.
Right, sorry. Before I sit down, I just want to know. You have all your login information, yeah? The slouch, in-look, etc., etc. I got it all this morning. Good, and documentation for Dino. Were you able to read it all? Yep, read it all the last few days while I was at home.
Good job.
Awesome. So you have a good grasp on how everything's going. So you want to, I pause. There's a lot to be done, but as a junior game designer, it'll be wrong to take on such a heavy burden, especially in his first week. Glance toward the menacing clock on the wall. The second hand is moving without a care in the world, the minute hand slowly following behind it. I have so much I need to get done. Okay, first things first, log on to Slouch. Click on the pin section in the designer chat. There should be a link to Bites Off Teams. Log into that, and you'll have an email with a list of tasks for the week from the producer. Not be much since it's your first week. To be fair, no one was aware that you were even coming. At least I wasn't. Can do. And he gives me a tiny salute before turning their attention to their PC. Let's hope they can guide themselves for now. Take a seat at my desk and immediately get to work on replying to some messages I missed while I was meeting with Godric. And not a lot, but work here can pile on pretty quickly. If I don't catch up on it now, the load will get heavier and heavier. An hour passes. Then another hour. Another. It all feels like a long drag to type away on my keyboard, adding in notes from the programmers and sending out messages to the narrative designer. Still need to work with UI UX and see how that's coming along. The lead UI designer sent over some concepts for the event screen, but I have to make sure it matches the document that we had going. That way I can send over proper feedback before moving on to incorporating the first version of the event UI into the game. Diana? I swear if you can't get logged in. What I write down in the design document while collaborating with them? Diana? Scouring through the directory, I scroll through the web page looking for it. Nope. Not it. Okay, why are these concept arts here? They should be in the art.
Look at me!
Diana! Huh? I turn to the sound of the interruption and come face to face with Enya, who is staring at me with their bottom lip puckered and their eyebrows arched.
Oh, hey.
What's going on? I need help. With? I'm a little stuck. I don't know where to start. It's some documentation stuff in regards to the event system. And I glance at the clock on my computer. 10:21 a.m. Workday ends at 6. You don't have time to help Enya, but I can't exactly leave them to fend for themselves. Let's see. Let's go over and help. If I don't help them and they do poorly on the task, how would that reflect on me as a mentor, as an employee? What would Godric think? Alright, I can help you out.
Really?
Really? Thank you! And he sits back down at their desk. I grab my wireless mouse before rolling my chair over to my desk and adjusting myself so I can see the screen. So, what exactly are you having trouble with? I ask as I move my mouse around on Enya's desk. It sits down at the mouse, arching his brow. It's a safety measure. Now, what's going on? Oh, okay. Well, anyway, here's what I'm having trouble with. One of my tasks is to analyze games from competing companies and write down notes on what could work for Dynawin's event system. I'm not too sure how to go about that. Like, do you want to take player feedback into account as well? What kind of rewards should we offer, and at what tiers? Alternate outfits? New units? Side content of the primary character? You're thinking 5 steps ahead, Enya. That's what's tripping you up. Just take it one step at a time. Start simple. Look up some games similar to ours and see what they did. Easy way to do that is by searching up some fantasy mobile games. Not dark fantasy? You can, but for right now, it's good to have a broader scope. Okay. Watch as Enya looks up some fantasy games. They scroll through the search results. I take notice of the colorful items decorating their computer screen. Small sticky notes with doodles on them. Oh, don't recognize any of the characters drawn, though. Before I have time to ask about them, Enya comes up with their own question. So, I found some games that are similar to ours. What now? Well, now you can look into their past event history. My suggestion, look at those fan-made wiki pages. Those have all the nitty-gritty details such as event type, point distribution, and more. Oh yeah. Take notes on what the company did and how we may be able to incorporate it into our game, or better yet, put our own spin on it. I gotcha! As Enya explores the internet and takes notes of their findings, I find myself staring at their sticky notes once more. They have charm. I'll give them that. After spending some time guiding Enya through the document, they're able to muster up a good first draft. Huh. That wasn't so bad. It was really just a bunch of research and analytics. The task list made it seem way more scary and complex than it actually was. Although, I think I might have had something to do with that. It turns toward me and flashes me a radiant smile. One so warm that it could melt ice caps. Oh. Thanks, Diana. I really appreciate your help.
What?
I shake my head. Don't pat yourself on the back, Diana. You're doing the bare minimum. You're doing your job. There's no need to feel good about what you're supposed to be doing. It's just my job. Don't need to thank me. Enya points my Enya points at my mouse that I'm still moving about on their desk. A reminder for myself to make sure I don't get clocked for inactivity. I didn't even register that was why she had her mouse there. Oh god. Oh god, it's that kind of workplace. I mean, we've met Godric. And his one weakness, Enya's smile. I mean, look at them. I don't blame her. I would be weak too. Well, it looks like you just took an extra step that most people wouldn't, so I think thanks are in order. Ooh, how about this? Maybe I can treat you to lunch sometime. Spending time together, huh?
No.
I'm good, thanks.
That's
What?
so mean.
How could you say no to free food? I just don't do outings, Enya. I appreciate the offer, but I'll need to decline. Okay, but I owe you still. I'll think of something you can agree to. I shake my head.
Conversation
No.
over.
No, you literally don't owe me. I'm telling you that you don't owe me. Just stop, okay? Move on. Focus on work. Oh, okay. Take a seat back at my desk and actually get back to work, doing what I need to do before the day's over. Shit, I feel you there. God, that small thing, but literally when that ambient noise kicked in, I have headphones on. That ambient noise kicked in. I literally turned my head left to look for someone making noise in the room. That got me. As I'm typing away at my desk, I hear sounds of shuffling feet and nonsensical chatter, which can only mean one thing. Lunchtime! Enya's jovial proclamation nearly causes me to stumble out of my chair. Boink. There they are. I look up to see the bright, smiling employee peeking out from the top of his cubicle. Wait, how's he peeking out from the top? Is he standing on top of his chair?
Enya.
Get down before you get hurt, please. This place isn't a playground. We're not going to get workers' comp for this. Be fine. I have perfect bat. Enya stumbles backwards, his grip on the divider being the only thing that saves him from a minor concussion. See? Fine. The fear in your eyes says otherwise, Enya. Enya up here reenacting Diana's hang in there poster. Enya looks around at some of the remaining employees who are still at their desks working. They glance at Enya, then turn their eyes back to me, fully concerned. You going to lunch, Diana?
Uh-huh.
Yes, why? They bounce a little, the glint in their eye becoming larger and almost unbearably bright. Oh, hell, then let's go together. Figured if you didn't want to go out to grab lunch, I can comp your lunch in the office cafeteria instead. I heard good things about the food, and it's affordable, so I know I can definitely get you a meal. You don't have to. Hush, I shall, and I will. Do you want me to annoy you until the end of time about this? You will be compensated for helping me, whether you like it or not. Well, I don't like the alternative. Right, I'll accept, but don't think of this as anything more than you buying me a meal. Okay. Weird, but I'll accept your terms and conditions. Boink. Dork. I love them. Enya hops off their desk with a loud, muffled thump onto the office carpet. They then stroll over to me, grinning from ear to ear. Now then, to the cafeteria. Yippee. With Enya by my side, I lead the charge to the cafeteria. Unlike earlier, I managed to catch the elevator and the both of us squeeze into the tight space, touching shoulder to shoulder with other hungry employees. Everyone looks at me, then at Enya, confused at who they are. Seems like Godric forgot to tip everyone off about their arrival. Once the elevator doors close, their attention on us dissipates and some of them begin to talk to one another about their lives. One of the older male employees asked what he should do for his kid's birthday, if he can get the day off, that is. The younger employee, who seemed like she came straight out of college, ranted about the minor inconveniences that happened to them over the weekend. Someone else talked about their fiancé. He was rubbing his engagement ring as he spoke of them gleefully. Eyeing their ring finger, my stomach aches and I bite down on my bottom lip to prevent tears from coming. Oh no. Oh no. Thankfully, the elevator doors open and I run out, freeing myself from that suffocating space. Whoa, you okay? Not a fan of tight spaces, Diana? All I can do is nod, and Enya doesn't question me any further as the two of us head toward the cafeteria. Hopefully the food won't upset my stomach any more than it already is. Oh no. The small cafeteria is bustling with activity as the starving employees look to get a meal to fill their stomachs. Enya pulls me toward the small line, eager to get their lunch.
Look at this!
Wow! Wow, this place is pretty nice. You know, I never had a workplace cafeteria before. If I ever wanted to eat somewhere, I'd have to sit at the back of a store in a cold break room. This is definitely an upgrade. Cafeteria is a perk, I'll admit. Decent food, plenty of options to fulfill anyone's dietary needs, and affordable. Most studios our size don't even have something like this. As we get to the front of the line, Enya stares up at the menu, wondering what to get. I think I'll get a vegetarian burrito with a side of fries and a lemon soda. What about you, Diana? What are you getting? Remember, my treat. You can get whatever you want. The way you phrase that makes it sound like you're the mentor and I'm the mentee. Oh. Nice to get a smile. Nice to see them smile together. Let's see, what am I in the mood for? The most important choice. Delicious, but... Think in the long term. Think in the long term benefit, short term pleasure, even shorter term pleasure. The one choice that will decide our fate. This is the route split right here. This is it. This is it. Well, if I had to make the choice based on what I would do in a work day, chicken Caesar salad and peach juice for me, please. What? Just a salad and drink? You sure? Hey, chicken is additional $3 charge. I don't want to bleed you dry. Plus, it'll be enough. My doctor told me to eat more salads with protein so I don't feel so tired all the time. As long as you're sure. After Enya pays for both of our meals, he looks around for a place to sit. Oh, there's an open table over here. Come on, let's grab it before someone else does. Wants to eat together? This wasn't part of the plan. But I guess an unspoken rule about mentoring involves having a meal with your mentee at any given time. How would that reflect upon me if Godric found Enya all by his lonesome? And again, I could easily make it up if I went back to my desk and worked. Surely he wouldn't mind then. We are going to be a good mentor. I don't protest as Enya points over to a free table. I begrudgingly follow him and take a seat. Pick up my fork and start playing with my food. Not too long after, I will look up at Enya with a weary-eyed expression. What do I say? It's been... Jeez, I can't even remember when I sat down with someone like this. A casual setting with no work attached. I should have gone back to my
Question.
So, when'd you start working here, Diana? You know, since you're a senior game designer and all. Oh no, raising his hand.
Oh, hey.
7 years ago. Oh, me too. Wait, how old are you then?
What?
Has anyone ever told you not to ask a woman her age? Enya stares at me wide-eyed, frozen in place. When Enya.exe reboots, a blush creeps up on their face. You're right. I'm so sorry. You know what? Forget I asked. It's fine, Enya. To answer your question, I'm 32. So you're 5 years older than me. I just turned 27 this year. I nod, taking a bite out of my food. Well, happy belated birthday, Enya. Thanks! The conversation dies down and we're back to sitting in uncomfortable silence. At least for me, that is. Enya doesn't seem to mind the pause in conversation from how they're bouncing around and smiling. I should ask him something. What'd you do before this? Say, what'd you do before this, Enya? Enya shrugs. Oh, nothing exciting. Worked as a gas station cashier for 5 years and an art store specialist since I was 18. Art store? That explains your little sticky notes. So, no prior game experience? No professional experience. I've made games in my spare time, but nothing AAA or AA. Although Enya is smiling, the far-off look in their eyes tells a different story. Familiar one. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to get this job. Compared to everyone else, I felt so inexperienced and unworthy. Yeah, the game industry is incredibly competitive, so it's hard to get a job anywhere. For a junior position, you need a pretty impressive resume if you want to stand out. It can feel like a game of luck at times. Yeah. If it makes you feel better, it took me like hundreds of rejections before I got here. It's like that with pretty much everyone. But hey, you made it, right? At the end of the day, that's what matters. With the glint in Enya's eyes return. Yeah, you're right. It's like they say. It's not about how you get there, it's about making it in the first place. Oh, sweetie. I'm at least 80% sure that's not the saying, but I don't dare break the news to Enya. The rest of our time together, Enya and I talk about the job. Small details to help them get acclimated. But I don't have the heart to tell them everything. About 20 minutes later, Enya and I head back up to the office to get back to work. We're still chatting. This time about mundane things. Things I hear other people in the office talk about. Maybe spending time with Enya wasn't such a bad idea after all. What the hell am I saying? I can't let myself get too close to Enya. As long as I know them, we're just coworkers, nothing more. Close out an early preview of some event gameplay for Dynawin. There's plenty of room for fine-tuning, especially with the SFX and battle system. I'll have to make note of that. For now, it's time to head home. Not getting paid overtime after all. I'm not repeating last Friday. Nope, not doing it. The freshly peeled sticky note and pen, I jot down a reminder for myself. Send SFX feedback to the sound team, review battle system with game designers.
Diana!
Diana, are you leaving? I look to see Enya poking their face out of their cubicle, staring at me with a soft smile. Yeah, I'm about to. Writing a reminder to myself of what I need to get done. That's smart. Yeah, it's always good to have a physical reminder because you may end up forgetting otherwise. No, it's all taking out a sticky note to write that down. I mean, if it works. Note to self. Write more things down on sticky notes so you don't forget. Oh, sweetie.
Uh-huh.
You know you didn't have to write that down, yeah? Well, if what you're saying is true, then I'll need to make a physical reminder to make more physical reminders. Oh my gosh. The sound of the adhesive taps my ears as Enya places the sticky note on their computer monitor somewhere. And done. Now I won't forget. Alrighty then. I get up out of my chair to stretch a bit. It doesn't take long before I start feeling the aches in my muscles. Oh, that hurt. Put all my stuff into my bag before taking my headphones out of the desk drawer and putting them on. The calming melody of the T-Talk soundtrack greets my ears. Walking to be the music, I slowly make my way toward the elevator with Enya in tow. However, he doesn't say a word, despite the way his attention flickers between me and what's ahead. We eventually get to the ground floor. Enya runs on ahead to the exit, but not before turning back to wave at me. I don't wave back. Strangely, his smile doesn't fade, sending a sharp pang through my heart. I look down at my phone, its black screen giving me a close-up reflection of myself. It's the same tired reflection that I see every morning before I head to work, the same one I see before I go to bed every night. My eyes drip upwards at the exit, and has left the... I shove my phone back into my pocket and quickly exit the office building, preparing myself for the same corporate song and dance I have to endure tomorrow. As soon as I step into my apartment, I heave out a heavy sigh, some of the pressure easing off my shoulders. I toss my purse onto my kitchen counter and slump over to my bed, falling back onto it and taking in its comfortable embrace. There's so much that needs to be done, so much that I want to do. My body is screaming at me for some rest. Don't think I'll ever get to my dream backlog. 50 games that I was looking forward to playing, now collecting virtual dust on my computer. My eyes flutter shut as the last bit of my energy fades away. I reluctantly give in to sleep. Ah, I'm awake! I'm awake! Oh god. I sit up immediately and look around. Thank God I'm still in my apartment and not in my cubicle. Inside, I see a bright green light flickering on my phone screen. Seems like I got a work message. It's Enya. Reluctant tap on my phone opens the unread slouch message. Oh god. It's from Godric, and it looks like he sent me a short essay. Oh god. The grip of my phone tightens, and my vision blurs as Godric's words become a large white blob of nothing. You read it, Diana. It can't be that bad, can it? Take a moment to breathe and whisper words of reassurance, my heartbeat slowing to a quiet yet nervous rhythm. I start reading Godric's message. Diana, I wanted to speak with you at the end of the workday, but it seems that you ran off before I had the chance to say anything. Just wanted to say that I hope you can teach Enya the way things work out around... Just wanted to say that I hope you can teach Enya the way things work around at Mad Lobster. He's new here, which means he's likely to screw up on the job. That leads to issues. We don't want that, do we? So make sure you are a good mentor and employee during Enya's first week here so we don't run into any unnecessary problems. If you don't, well...
It's not me who you'll let down. It's everyone else on the team.
I hate you, Godric. Godric's voice echoes in my head as I read his last sentence. Delivers a devastating gut punch to the stomach. I should be used to by now. I want to throw up. Instead, I type up a reply. Understood, Godric. Closing slouch, I open up my calendar and add one task to my already long list. Mentor Enya. My phone and toss it to the side before mustering the strength to change out of my work attire into my cozy pajamas. God, it's not long after I sneak under my covers that Godric's words have infiltrated my mind, invading what is usually my sanctuary away from the outside world. I hug my knees tightly, staring at the wall until my body gives out once again and embraces the loathsome darkness. Oof. There's a presence behind me. Familiar, but very unsettling. Where? Where are you hiding? Oh god. I'm right here, Diana. I've always been here. Crawls and wriggles like a snake stalking its prey. I don't know what you're talking about. It creeps closer. I've always been watching you. I always will. I can almost feel its breath. No, you can't be. I can almost feel it coil its way around me. But today the game has ended. What? It wants to keep me quiet. It wants to suffocate me. I can almost hear his next words. Sweet little Diana. So exemplary. So obedient. What will I have you do next? He opens his mouth to speak. I hold my breath. You chose the wrong path, Beijing. Game over. There it is. Same old, same old. Wait a second. Beijing? Eh? With difficulty, my eyes finally open. A small ray of light peeks out from the curtains covering the balcony's window and lands right on my face. Soundtrack of No Escape 888! The weight of the Nintendo DS in my lap and the pain in the back of my neck. All the clues I need to know what transpired overnight. Godric is No Escape's villain. That's a new one, alright. Oh, I can definitely see it, though. Just add a pinch of narcissism and take out the integrity. I don't know what's worse, being trapped in a ship for 8 hours with a bunch of strangers or being trapped for 8 years in a company that slowly kills every part of your soul. Oof. You know, Godric gives me Paul Addison vibes from Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. That sort of full of himself, puffed out chest, asshole vibes. Another day, another dollar, I guess. It's the speaking from experience, like the speaking from experience, the friendly office banter code word for dying inside is, oh, how you doing? Living the dream. Living the dream. I wash up and make myself presentable for work with a suitable outfit. Can't forget about the headphones, of course, before looking at my noodle calendar. To go through my to-do list for the day, I munch on a chocolate croissant. Heck yeah. Organize game design, documentation folders, come up with a new monetization feature, contact Digital Rush for spine animations. Digital Rush, huh? The irony. Certainly didn't take classes from Zodic the Hedgehog, that's for sure. It's not the first time they've had delays either. That's Digital Rush delays. It's going to be their excuse today. Look at the last entry. Mentor Enya. I don't want to admit it, but yesterday was nice. You know, what the hell am I thinking? I have to be professional. Friending coworkers is not a good idea, especially if you're training them. And again, people do say you can learn things from anyone, not just mentor figures. Maybe this is the change of pace I need. I set the box of chocolate croissants on the table and bite my lip. Only one left. These are limited edition. Do I really want to part with the last one? The one I was saving for tomorrow? My hand keeps moving back and forth as if possessed. Oh, what the hell, why not? Grab the box and put it inside my purse. Let's go. Oh, friendly gesture. This time, paramusic takes me to the world of Ace Lawyer. Yeah. The trial theme is exactly what I need to get some extra motivation. With the meeting coming up, I'm going to need some of that debating power. Inject it directly into my veins. I really don't want to go. Oh, I'm really excited to see meeting talk. When's a good time to raise an objection while pointing at whoever's on the other side of the argument? Less than 20 minutes, the bus has already arrived at my stop. Takes everything inside me to rise from my seat and get off. Wish the conductor could have driven it just a little slower. Then I'd have an excuse to spend less time at work. Then again, maybe not. Godric would probably make me stay overtime. Not even looking where I'm going, and my feet take me toward my cubicle. Bonk! I'd reach my chair when I collide face first into someone's chest. Ah! Oof! My purse comes crashing down hard, making some of its contents spill out on the floor.
I'm sorry.
Sorry! Shit. Trying and failing not to show the embarrassment on my face, I pick everything up while chewing the inside of my cheek. The person I bumped into also hands me some of my belongings. How do people respond in this situation? I can't believe I can hold a meeting with 20 people just fine, but I can barely hold a conversation with just one person. Diana, you okay? Voice is sweet, comforting. There's softness to it that makes me feel at ease. they wouldn't get mad at me for speaking up, or speaking at all. Huh? Raise my head and see the colors of the rainbow.
Enya.
Enya, you're early today.
Hiya.
Good morning, Diana. I could say the same about you. Guess my plan to surprise you was a bust after all. Can't help but smile a little. I wouldn't be so sure. Huh? In any case, have you... I squeeze my purse to my chest. What is it? Have you had any breakfast yet? And they scratch the back of their neck, and I swear I can see them blushing a bit. Actually... this is a bit silly, but... got it at home so fast I kind of forgot.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Enya.
Why are you apologizing? Huh? Because it's, unprofessional? Maybe?
Listen.
Nothing wrong with being excited to learn new things, Enya. Looks at me like he wanted to apologize. Really? Of course. It's very much the same when I... Stop! Pretend to cough. Anyway, you like chocolate croissants? Sometimes buy a few from this bakery near the bus stop. I brought one today for you to try if you want.
Really?
For me? Thank you, Diana. If I sound so happy, so genuine that I have to stop myself from showing any reaction. It's nothing, just a thank you gift for inviting me to a meal yesterday. I placed the box in his hand and hurried to organize my things in my cubicle. Now, eat the croissant and let's get to work, shall we? He beams at me and makes a salute. Ma'am! Yes, ma'am! Oh, that's ball of sunshine, protecting from this cruel world. After resuming, and in some cases finishing, our tasks from yesterday for several hours, my phone's alarm rings. Grab it quickly and turn it off so the sound doesn't bother anyone. Oh. Meeting with Digital Rush for spine animations in 60 minutes. Right, that's today. So focused on my work that I almost forgot. Okay, this can go in a number of ways. One option is to bring Enya up to date with the situation and tell them to join the meeting as a listener. You should also be aware that delays and other problems can happen during the development of any game. The option would be to let Enya know about the situation, but contact the producer of Dynawin to let him handle the meeting instead. Ensuring that things are delivered on time is his job after all. Or I could tell Godric about the situation. Not gonna be happy. Oh. I'm 100% sure one message from him will help these people get it together faster than Xamos' speed booster ability. Unless he replaces them altogether. This is bat an eye when it comes to that stuff. I should know. Reach out to the boss, Godric. This is an interesting dilemma. This is a legitimately interesting dilemma here. Like, contacting Godric might be like the 100% most effective way of doing it, but Godric will remember this, and Godric remembering holding some leverage over you seems like a very bad thing. If Dynawin's producer theoretically should be the one handling this, we're on this meeting. Could be a learning experience for the lad. See what we can do with this. Most effective solution with the most potential backlash on us. The neutral solution, i.e., don't have power or the place to handle this. Please advise. My favorite professional email context. Please advise. Shorthand for get your shit in gear. I kind of want to see how this plays out. But I also kind of want to take the neutral path here. Our task is to mentor Enya, but will Enya keep their talk in check here? From having from fun fact, I'm finding this Diana and Enya dynamic very familiar. I was in this position. I was in this position recently, and this is my chance to do this better than I did in reality. This is my chance to do this better than I did in reality. From being in this position, I know that when you bring someone like with Enya's personality and energy to a meeting, you never know exactly what they're gonna say and ask, even if you tell them to just listen. I kind of want to see how this plays out. All right, let's do this. A few self-encouraging mumblings later, I get up from my seat and walk over to Enya's side of the cubicle. He's so focused on typing that he doesn't notice me either way. The computer screen is full of open noodle tabs with several types of mobile fantasy games, including a fan-made wiki of one of the most popular right now, Henshin Impact. Henshin a go-go, baby.
I see.
They bounce out the content between story quests, side quests, and limited-time events to keep the players engaged. I'm about to poke them on the shoulder when the small sticky notes from yesterday catch my eye. Some new ones have been added with motivational quotes like, "The early bird gets the worm," or "Never stop learning." Even the one from yesterday, the one about writing things down so as to not forget, is pasted right on top of his screen. The player's level. Apart from the written memos, I notice a bunch of doodles, all of them resembling characters right out of a fantasy game. Wait a second. There are even more designs than yesterday. That's impressive. Ah! Oops, I should have said I was here.
Diana!
Diana, what? They realize I'm checking their doodles out. They rush to take them down from the screen. Attempt to, at least. Oh, these are... I swear I'm not drawing the job or sketching the job. Not slacking off, honest. Okay, the easiest choice possible.
Good job.
These are very good. Are these your OCs? And his jaw drops open so big that if a fly or a mosquito were passing by, he might just accidentally learn what they taste like.
Really?
No, I mean, yes. You really think they're good? I don't like giving fake compliments, so take that as you will. Thank you, Diana. It means a lot. I pat his shoulder twice. Pat, pat. Forgive me for interrupting you in the middle of work, but there's something we need to talk about. Yes? I mean, yes, of course. What can I do to help? Do you remember the part on Dynawin's documentation that mentioned outsourcing studios? Outsourcing? That's when you hire people from other companies to help with certain stages of the game's development, right?
Uh-huh.
Exactly. In our case, we mainly outsource animations and some audio-related stuff, like music and SFX.
That's so cool.
A sudden pang in my chest makes me wince. Dinah? How long's it been since I've been excited in the same way he is right now? His cheerful demeanor almost makes me feel guilty. I sigh and shake my head. Their work is very well done indeed, but times when we unfortunately have to take delays into account, major delays. That's no good. And he holds their chin like they're not quite convinced yet. Is it possible we gave them too little time? No delays aren't okay, but shouldn't we believe in our teammates? Oh, you sweet summer child. My shoulders drop. You're too nice, Enya. Isn't that a good thing? I shake my head.
Being nice is not the same as being kind.
When you're nice, people can take advantage of you. When you're kind, however, you're able to set boundaries for yourself. People won't be able to exploit you. If anything, setting boundaries makes it easier to find people who will respect you as a person. If only I followed my own advice. Oh.
Listen.
Small delay can be manageable. However, when it comes to mobile games with limited time events, these slowdowns can be fatal. You don't have the luxury to wait that long, because players won't wait that long. Yes, some might be more patient than others, but the reality is a player who isn't engaged enough will lose interest and eventually delete the app. Not to mention, too many delays can be detrimental to the other people in your team. I see. That's a bummer, but it makes sense. Which outsourcing company are we having trouble with this time around? They catch on quick? Digital Rush. They're an animation company that works with spines. We've worked with them for several years, but lately they've been having more and more delays. Works with... Which is why I've scheduled a meeting to discuss certain things today. I don't usually have junior designers join these, but I feel like it would be a good learning experience for you. You don't have to say anything, just be there as a listener. Enya raises their hand as if they wanted to ask something to their teacher.
Question.
Go ahead. Can I bring my notebook to take notes? I'm still inexperienced, so I don't know how much I can help in the matter of discussing things with the animators, but write down anything that can help. Oh, very insightful of them to take the initiative. I nod and pat his shoulder. I appreciate it, Enya. Oh. After a quick lunch break at the office's cafeteria, Enya and I head over to the meeting room. I work around a few things and set up the projector for a video call. And I wish we had the option to work remotely, but this stupid company's policy wants us to come to the office every day. Even is the point of this, if we can do exactly the same thing from the comfort of our homes. Enough, Diana. No time for venting in your thoughts. We can do the exact same thing from the comfort of our homes, and they use the exact same controls to track your productivity, like the stupid mouse activity tracker. I glance at Enya and they give me a thumbs up while holding their notebook in the other hand. I nod. My mouse's cursor moves toward the Bytesoft Teams Meet link. Click! I just realized Bytesoft Teams Microsoft. Two camera windows pop up on the room's projector. The representatives from Digital Rush appear shortly after. Hello everyone, how you doing today? Diana, good. Just got back from walking Wolfie. You know how dogs can be, when they're impatient. Of course, they're working from home. Man, I don't think I could wake up at 6 a.m. But I don't know how you do it. I hate small talk. I hate it so damn much. Same, girl. Same. Not like friendly small talk, but work small talk. Work small talk. The kind of blasé small talk that happens in professional meetings. Hate that shit. And he shifts in his seat, not quite knowing how to enter the conversation. Ralph, Susan, what did you meet one of our recent entries? This is Enya. They're a junior game designer who just started yesterday. Nice to meet you. They lower their gaze while holding the notebook tight. Oh, an unfamiliar face. I thought I was meeting Zonak for a second there. Don't you think they look like more like Shin Megumi Tensei 5's new protagonist? Still, your hair's rad, man. Look. Jeez, these guys have less tact than the first two rivals in Pocket Monsters combined.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, Enya's going to be more of a listener this time, but they'll be joining us more often in other calls. Certainly, I don't mind. I'm good with that, too. Once the nonsense talk is finally over, Ralph and Susan fill me in on the spine's animation progress. I don't know that much about animation. I assume that's a relevant term. I just can't help getting a different image in mind when I hear that the spine is delayed. Okay, so you can have them finished by next week, friend. I should be fine. We just had a few personal matters to attend to lately with some of our team members calling in sick. Ralph sighs. I'm afraid we've also misjudged the amount of work needed as well. Some of the characters' spines have a huge number of animations, which makes the exporting a lot slower. That is a problem. And his pen dashes toward the paper as they write something down. But rest assured, the crux of the matter, that is, the animations, will be done by the day after tomorrow without fail. Take a deep breath and look Ralph and Susan in the eye. Listen, I have a proposition for you all. Everyone faces me, including Enya. I understand unprecedented things can happen, and I know you've been having some issues ever since a portion of your team left the company. That's not an easy matter to handle. However, it's important that you tell us these things in advance, and not so close to the deadline. Your animations are one of the most vital parts of the game, and we can't move forward without them. I know we communicate via email for the most part, so why don't we exchange phone numbers as well? That way, if there's an emergency, we can know ahead of time and act accordingly. I'll also look into the matter of the heavy spine animation files. Well, I don't see why not. We've worked with each other long enough. Yes, I agree. And he flips a page with a notebook, with being very close to their face, and writes a few more sentences. He then looks at us from behind the jotter a couple of times before looking back at his lap. Wonderful. I also think we should use Trello in order to make the progress more visible. Do you all know how to use it? We usually handle everything with spreadsheets, but I know Trello has good reviews. Shouldn't be a problem. I'll make sure the team takes a look at it. It's very intuitive and easy to use. I'll send you a small tutorial if you need one. Thank you, Diana. That would be great. Notice Enya biting on the end of his pen and stealing glances at us once again. Did you think of something?
Enya.
Yes, I'm paying attention. I have to bite back and laugh. I mean, yes? Do you have something to add? Well, I was thinking about the heavy spine animation matter. I'm by no means an expert on animation, not even close, but I know there's a way to reduce file sizes quite a bit. You could lower the size of the assets, that could help reduce the overall file size. Even the way in which you export files matters, from what I'd heard. Ralph and Susan's eyes opened so big they remind me of a cartoon. That's it, why didn't we think of it? Why didn't we think of it before? Oh God, I feel so stupid. Don't be so hard on yourselves. When the mind is clouded, sometimes even the most obvious answers seem far away. Given what we just discussed, I take it that was a productive meeting. Oh, you have no idea. In fact, do you mind if we cut this meeting short? The faster we resolve this, the better. Of course. Thank you very much for your time, Ralph, Susan. Thank you, and Enya as well.
Bye!
Bye. When the call is done, I turn towards Enya. He looks at me as if in fear of being scolded, and grab his shoulders.
I'm sorry.
You're brilliant. I give him a gentle squeeze.
Good job.
Oh. Thank you. Oh God, I'm tired. I'm so tired. When will teleportation get invented? I could use a good pillow right about now. Okay, maybe not before dinner, but the idea is there. In any case, the work's over for today. Turn on my computer and crack my neck on both sides. I should really make an appointment with a chiropractor. Have you tried immersion baths, Diana? I only have a shower, so no. I wish I could. Ah! What is this, a jump scare horror game? I swear to God, it's not me startling him, it's him startling me. This way, I'm gonna get hired as co-hosts for a horror Let's Play channel. Yes, sign me up, I will sub. What is it, Enya? Nothing. I'm just making small talk. Great, something I definitely excel at. Is that so? And he puts their hands behind their back and looks to the side. You can see he's also ready to head home. Okay, it's not nothing.
Question. Do you have a dream account?
What?
Oh, I'm just saying, you don't have to if you don't want to, but, well, you do? Maybe we could add each other. Oh, gosh. We are making a work friend. We are making a work friend. Oh, dear. As long as it's okay with you, of course. Should I? Would it be inappropriate as their mentor? What if Godric? No, you know what? Fuck Godric. Let me have this, at least. Sure, why not? Appropriate music, sunshine.
Really?
Yeah. Why don't we exchange phone numbers, too? My gosh, yes, let's! Once we add each other's contacts, we say our goodbyes and leave the office. Not 1 minute passes before I receive a message from Enya. Pocket Blue Star! My username. That's cute. But your favorite pocket is either Starmie or Piploop. Piploop! How in the... LOL. What is it? You use LOL too? Excuse you, I'm not that much older than you. No, I like it. I think it's cool. Whatever you say, Enya. What's your username? Promise you won't laugh. Enya sends a bunch of crossed finger emojis. What a dork. It's Warrior of Time. Oh. Day 3. Oh. We've staved off. Nightmare? I have to rub my eyes twice before looking at my phone's display once again.
No.
Nope. No mistakes or delusions. It's really 6:30 a.m. Put my phone back on the bedside table. Why the hell did I wake up so early? My alarm doesn't even ring for another hour. I even went to bed late because of the game Enya recommended to me on Dream. Is it supposed to be the other way around? The later you go to sleep, the later you wake up? God, that is also a mood or something. Go to sleep late, wake up earlier than normal. How? How does that work? I don't understand. Though I only got 4 hours of sleep, I feel strangely refreshed. No night terrors either. I don't think I even dreamed. The game from yesterday leave me that exhausted? It's a good feeling. Well, it was fun. After washing up and choosing my outfit for the day, I drink a cup of peach tea. It's way too early for a full breakfast, and head out. The sky is so beautiful. It reminds me of a painted canvas. An endless cerulean with strokes of fluffy cotton white and the occasional glinting bird. I feel like walking today. With headphones in place and phone out of my jacket, I open the Pair Music app and lose myself in the world of Zolda's soundtrack. I feel an autopilot as I make my way to the office. The ocarina makes such a great sound. Oh. Nothing like a warm croissant in the morning. I should wake up earlier more often. I get the freshest pastries from the bakery and there's barely anyone in the shop. But that's a big maybe. I love sleeping too much. Well, used to, rather. It'd be so much easier if I could treat my nightmares as game levels to overcome. Where's a genie when you need them? I need a wish for my life to be gamified. That and killing my boss. Repeatedly. With a Mega Buster. It's not legal in the game world, and it's definitely not illegal in my mind. Finish my peach juice down to the last drop and lick my lips. Ah, well. Girl can dream. The clock on my phone marks 9:05 a.m. What a cursed and wretched thing time is. Rushing when you want it to last. Dawdling when you want it to hurry. The irony. I place my belongings in my cubicle before giving my arms a big stretch and sitting down in my chair. The computer blinks awake, right as I hear the footsteps of someone rushing through the hallway. Ooh.
Diana!
Should have guessed. Enya arrives at the office panicked and with a few hairs jumbled, sweat dripping from their forehead and they're completely out of breath.
I'm sorry.
You ran here. My alarm didn't ring and I overslept, so I had to get dressed in 5 minutes. Then I forgot my phone and I had to go back. When I ran out again, a cat was stuck in a tree. So I tried to help it when it scratched me, then I missed the bus and... Stop! Huh? Approached him and patted him on the shoulder.
Listen.
It's fine, you're not even that late. Helping a cat and missing the bus in turn? Now that takes skill.
This isn't fair.
Oh, why do games make it look so easy? Real life is a scam. You could say that again. I spin my chair to face my computer. Okay, what's on today's agenda? Let's see. I finished organizing the documentation folders and playtested the early alpha build. That's right. The UI designer sent me his assets yesterday, didn't they? It was too close to the 6 p.m., so I didn't have time to review them. I already gave them some feedback on the work in progress before, so they should be okay. I'll go ahead and implement these assets and replace the mockups. Welcome back, Twin. As for Enya, the noodle doc they sent me with several notes for the DinoWins event was pretty good. The ideas are fresh and innovative. There's no doubt they have a real knack for brainstorming. However, making sense of it was a challenge. Having interesting ideas is all well and good, but it means nothing if you can't convey them in a way that is clear and concise. We are actually bonding with our mentee here. We're actually bonding pretty well with Enya. We are choosing the path of sunshine and freedom for poor Diana here. Well, hopefully sunshine and freedom. This is a massive corporate game development company, so who knows how it'll play out if we do overwhelmingly well with Enya here. Who knows what it will mean for Diana. I'm kind of afraid, but I'll write them some comments in the document. I must make sure to point out not just his flaws, but also his strengths. No one should minimize nor verbally destroy the effort someone puts into something, no matter how clumsy it looks. I'll be busy for a few hours. And done. God, Enya really does remind me of my former mentee. And the passionate, great ideas, terrible at communicating them effectively. Bit all over the place, but good heart and eager to learn. And done. Whew. I was able to finish everything. Hopefully just in time for the...
What?
It's 3:30 p.m. already? What? How? When? It means... Oh, I didn't want to miss today's special. Damn it, the cafeteria's kitchen is probably closed by now. Shit. So focused I forgot to check my slouch messages. Red bubble next to the name gives me heart palpitations. Please don't give me more work. Please don't give me more work. Please don't give me more work. Swallow it hard and click in the conversation.
I expected nothing less from our employee of the month. Huh?
Oh, God. What a marvelous employee you are, Diana, truly. Everyone should learn from you instead of taking so long to finish their lunch break. Honestly, I don't understand why people need a full hour when you can eat perfectly fine in 30 minutes or less. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going on a tangent here, aren't I? See, I can't tell if you noticed, Diana, but your little mentee hasn't been moving their cursor quite as much as they should have. Can I check on them, Miss Mentor? Or do I have to do everything myself around here? I'll see what's wrong, sir. My hands hesitate before writing the next words.
I'm sorry.
Apologize for the inconvenience. Oh, God. Hi, Red. We have an asshole of a boss. Aye. Send your leader, send your goats, send your leader, send your gods, send them all, one-eyedly. I forget the context of that quote. Without waiting for his answer, I push the desk hard and slide a few steps away from the office chair. My hands find my face and threaten to rip my eyes out. Anyways, hi, Red. We are having my actual workplace nightmare.
You're okay, Diana. You're going to be okay.
A couple of deep breaths later, I rise from my seat and peek over my cubicle. Andy's biting the ends of their pen so hard that it leaves a mark on the cap. The other hand is on their hair, gripping it with just as much force. I knock on my desk 3 times to get their attention.
Enya.
Enya, is everything alright? Dinah, no, I mean, yes, They sigh and bend forward even more.
I'm sorry.
I was thinking... Did something happen? How did you... don't answer that. It must show on my face, Enya grasps the cuff of their shirt and looks at me in the eye. Before I entered Mad Lobster, well, actually, I still do from time to time. I made a few games and posted them online. Remember you telling me about it on our first day you came here? Oh, now that you mention it, I guess I did. Well, the thing is, there's been a few times when I've gotten some comments, and they've encouraged me a lot to keep doing what I do. They've inspired me to try my best and do better every time. Since a butt coming. But sometimes I get these really mean comments that are full of hate, full of poison. As if I had somehow personally offended them. As if everything I'd made is horrible and I should feel ashamed of myself for daring to show my creation. Ah, it's stupid, right? Should I care so much about what someone who I don't even know thinks about my games about me? They don't even know how much effort and how much time I've spent on these cringy things. I don't know how hard it is to even meet my own expectations. And he lowers their gaze and hugs their arms tight. He's not crying, but I can see his eyes getting watery.
I wish others' opinions didn't hurt me so much.
What am I even saying? Sorry, Diana. I should be concentrating on work. I'll get on with the document you sent me.
Enya.
Poor baby, yeah. Diana lore. Mind if I tell you a personal experience? Please, do. Nod and lean against the cubicle's wall. When I entered this company, I, too, used to make indie games when I had some free time. It wasn't anything serious. Started more as a hobby as when I was attending college.
Really?
That's so cool! Yeah. That's when I realized I liked making games, even more than what I was studying at the time. Games gave me purpose. Games made me feel like there was no limit to telling stories in this format. The only limit was myself. So I practiced, watched a bunch of tutorials, and then I practiced some more. Finally, after some bumps in the road, I was able to make a game I was proud enough to be put online. See, Enya's eager to ask some questions, but they contained themselves. Then the comments started coming. For the most part, they were very positive. I did get a few constructive comments here and there, but overall it was nice. And then a troll appeared. A troll? Someone who disliked my game a lot. Despised it so much that they would post something on the game's page every single day. Ooh. Sometimes it was about the game itself, other times it was about me, what I did, what I said. You'd always find something to criticize. Well, we got them so far. In the end, their account got blocked and I decided to hide my game from view.
That's
Diana,
so mean.
this was some time, mind you. I wasn't gonna let that asshole convince me that my game isn't worth anything. Especially not when other people were so kind and supportive. But, didn't it hurt you? What that troll said? Of course it did. It still does. Pat pat. Walk toward them and pat their shoulder.
But why should that stop me from doing what I love?
Oh. No one's gonna like everything we create. Fortunately, trolls are something that every single developer has to deal with from time to time. Even those from AAA companies. I've heard stories of devs quitting social media or their jobs altogether because they were harassed non-stop. It's awful. However, the opposite also rings true. There'll always be someone who likes your work. Yeah. Yes, you're right. Ready to concentrate on work now? Oh no, I'm so sorry. I'll continue right away. Don't be. Sometimes we need to let it out. Also, yes? Show me your games sometimes. I'd love to play them. Of course. Yes, please do. I'll send you the links after work. Looking forward to it. I go over to my chair once again and face my computer. Diana? Thank you. Oh. As soon as I close the door, I drop my belongings on the carpet and let myself fall on the bed. Ah, home sweet home. So glad I don't have to work tomorrow. Taking the day off was a good idea. I wonder how long that lasts. If there's an emergency, guy! Prey attack! Welcome, Freya. Welcome, Freya, friends. Of course, hello. How was the Fire Emblems? Let's see. Freya Fukunaga is the tear-stained VTuber on a heartbreak quest, diving into Fire Emblem battles and romantic woes with the side of shoujo flair. From sobbing over vampire love triangles to leading a child army through capitalism's temptations. They're all about the drama and the deep feels. Join them for lobster hunts, sandwich breaks, and a never-ending search for that perfect kiss amongst the chaos. Oh. Anyways, get a custom blurb. Yes. I love this. I love the custom blurb. It does an auto shout. I have that set up so it does an auto shout out whenever someone raids in, and it generates that custom blurb based on your Twitch profile. Twitch profile and recent games, I believe. It's really cool. Also, how was the Fire Emblems? It is. Welcome to game development hell. We are Diana. We are burned out and suffering, and we have taken on the mentoring of a sweet summer child. Please don't teach children about capitalism. Yes, really good. Also, big eyes. Heck yeah, recommend to burn out and suffering. Yeah, that is a big mood. She is suffering. Her boss is an asshole, and it's too late. Too late. The kids are already selling. The kids are already selling. If there's an emergency, I can always. Well, I hope not, to be honest. Anyways, Diana has a day off work. Has a day off work tomorrow, which is probably going to. Which he's probably going to end up working anyways, because that's how these things work. Speaking from experience, when you have a day off work and you're this ingrained in the work, it's painfully, when you're this ingrained in the work, first and foremost, and when you have a boss that doesn't encourage you to disconnect when you're on your days off. And in fact, Godric is the exact opposite. Godric, the asshole who encourages you for why do my employees need a full hour for lunch break? I should have 30 minutes at most, if even. Why don't you all eat at your desks and work through your breaks like good little obedient wage slaves? Right as my thoughts begin to occupy my mind, my phone vibrates in my pocket. So Godric is going to make her work tomorrow. Better not be Godric. Am I kidding? It's totally him. He surely wants to take advantage of the fact that I'm not coming in tomorrow. Crushing weight in my stomach makes me flinch, but I still reach out my phone anyways.
What?
Huh? Interview about Mad Lobster Interactive. That
Not
journalist
this
again. At this point, they're just asking to be verbally flipped off. To get it out of the way and to feed my curiosity for a bit, I started reading the first few sentences that could be seen before I moved my scroll bar. Dear Diana, I hope this email finds you well. This is Aiden from Heart to Pen. Writing to you once again in hopes that I could interview you about your company. I understand how difficult it must be to talk about your job, especially given the bad rumors surrounding the workplace. Rest assured, your name won't be mentioned should you prefer to remain anonymous. Many of your former coworkers have opted for that. Grab my red panda plushie and squeeze it toward my chest. The need to hold on to something, anything, is very strong right now. Should I answer them? Not at work right now. Oh no, what the hell am I thinking? And if that's the case, if Godric ever finds out, which knowing can be totally good, I'm as good as fired. If this Aiden person guarantees my safety with anonymity, who's to say he won't realize who I am based on what I said in the interview? No, it's too risky. I go through my Noodle Mail account and put a star on it to mark it as important. I shouldn't be making decisions right after a long day of work. My brain is already fried. Went from hacking to journalism. Indeed. Tomorrow's another day. Honestly, yeah. Positive career change. Tomorrow's another day. I can't move. Godric music. Oh god. I can't breathe. You know, Diana, I tried being nice to you. Murky shadow emerges at Godric's desk, shaking his head. I gave you a job. I let you live out your dream. Hell, I even promoted you to a senior game designer. Gave you a nice little bonus, too. Hey. The shadow gets up from their seat and slowly approaches me, his piercing red eyes sending shivers down my spine.
Don't forget who you're talking to.
And this is how you repaid me, by broadcasting to the world how awful this company is, how cruel I am. Who was the one that let you take breaks so you could mope about your failed relationship? Ah, who's the one that kept your miserable ass here despite all your fuck-ups? Oh god. Reminder, Godric loves you. You're also indispensable. You're also replaceable. But you're also replaceable. I've been so good to... Oh my god! Avaris, hello! I really need to tune that down. Goodness gracious, how's it going, Avaris? We are having a nightmare right now. A nightmare about real work. That's right, me. But you just wanted more, didn't you? More than what a good boss like me can give you. So you betrayed me and told the world how I hurt you, how I mistreated everyone. You are so fired. Fucking ungrateful. It's in my face now. I want to close my eyes and make this all go away, but my body's frozen solid. I think not even my own mind is listening to me. I can hear him breathing, I can smell the expensive coffee lingering on his breath, and it's overpowering my nostrils. It's absolutely putrid.
Shut up!
Get away from me, get the fuck away from me! Maybe I should let the world know who you truly are, Diana. Ungrateful, talentless, and loveless woman who believes she's worth more than she actually is. Someone who hurts those around her because she's that damn selfish. If I were to say that, who would the world believe? Oh, I hate that. You. Or me. Oh, I hate that. Yes, your boss is a paralysis demon. Leans in close to whisper something into my ear. Think you know the answer to that, Diana? Leaves my side, but not before placing a firm hand on my shoulder. Fun fact, we did have a joke ending when you killed Godric. Oh god, that ending was later scrapped. You need this job, but don't need you. Oof. Oh god! With a forceful shove, Godric sends me falling into the abyss. I watch as his office and images. His image disappear into the void. Disappear into the void! And then I immediately boot up Void Stranger, and we play Void Stranger Diana. Good fucking riddance. Huh. You're nearing the end of Freedom Wars on a who's the spy mission. Love a good bit of intrigue. His last words echo in my ears as I descend down this hole. Scared.
Poor Diana. So hopeless. So alone.
Only
So hardworking.
that's wonderfully unhinged. I hate it. Godric's disembodied voice continues to echo, leaving a firm imprint in my mind. Please, someone help me. Don't want to be alone anymore. I'm fighting the feeling of like dreams are a way to twist our own inner insecurities onto the people. Like, I'm of the feeling that dreams come from our own inner insecurities and the people around me. But dealing with Godric feels like it's like there's it torn between how much I'm normally on the side of dreams reflect your own inner insecurities very deeply. But I'm knowing what we know about Godric, it's hard in this case to split how much of this is just Diana's own inner turmoil and how much of this is just actual shit Godric would do. And it's leaning towards believing that this would be shit that Godric would do in this situation. I don't want to be alone anymore. Mike did do a fantastic job of voicing Godric right. Hand suddenly grabs my wrist with a firm grip.
Diana!
I got you. Enya? A colorful blur emerges, holding on to me for dear life. I can sense the panic in their eyes. Enya! He's trying his best to pull me up, but his grip is slipping. He's inching forward towards the edge. Ah! Why is he doing this? Slowly I can feel myself being lifted up to somewhere safe. But save me, blue-haired angel. Oh no, Godric emerges from behind Enya. I open my mouth to scream, but nothing comes out. Enya is blissfully unaware of the danger approaching them. This is now this nightmare is just Enya's first day in Godric's office from Diana's point of view. This is just Enya's first day in the office from Diana's point of view. This is what's going to happen. And don't like this. Pushes them. God, I wake up drenched in sweat, frantically looking around. Oh, thank God, I'm in the safety of the apartment. Though, with these nightmares, can I really say that anymore? I hug my red panda plush, a soft sob escaping in between my lips. Stay like this for a good while, crying just loud enough for me to hear. Feels nice to cry, but I can't help but want more. More than just this fleeting moment of respite. I want to feel nice all the time. Then I let out a pitiful laugh. Look at me being selfish again. You want companionship. But then you keep everyone at arm's length. Why? Because you're scared. Scared of Godric. Scared of being hurt. Glance upward at my shelves where some of my figurines lie. My eyes focusing on the final Crystal 7 figurine. It's nowhere near as pristine as the collector's edition figure I got, but it's still just as valuable in my eyes. No wonder you woke up drenched in sweat. You're sleeping in a turtleneck sweater and coat. Honestly, yeah. Out of nowhere, my mind flashes to Enya's first day when he tried to hold the figurine. What would Enya think if they saw me like this? Godric's message from earlier this week flashes in my mind. Make sure you're a good mentor and employee during Enya's first week here so we don't run into any unnecessary problems. Wouldn't want to cause trouble for everyone, right? Yes, 999, or 888 in this universe. In the anime parody universe, it's 888. The stark reminder turns my quiet sobs into visceral cries. It seems like hours until the tears stop flowing, then numbness returns. Grab my phone and open up my email. Sitting right at the top, marked as important, is the email from the journalist. I deleted. Oh. What was that? Take notice of a strange notification on my phone hidden among the others. It's a text message. I stared at it for a while, a subtle yet warm feeling gripping at my heart. Tap the notification to see what it's from. It's Enya. Dinah, I need your help! Not thinking, I hit the call button. Well, here's that dull dial tone. Come on, pick up, pick up, pick up! What happened? Did Enya screw up somewhere? Did he accidentally put fish in the cafeteria microwave? Oh no. Did Godric do something? I grip my phone tightly. Finally, a few painstaking rings, the call connects.
Diana!
Thank goodness you.
No.
Apologize immediately. What? Apologize to Godric now. And his tone stills me. As an awkward silence clouds over the conversation, it's only then that I hear the chatter of the cafeteria rather than the monotonous typing and quiet chatter of the office.
What?
Is that not what you need help with? No. Then why did you send a message in all caps saying you needed help? It's a slight pause. Oh no. I saw you had over 100 hours and no escape 888, and I thought I could ask you for your help on a puzzle. Relatable. To punch Enya so hard for scaring me like that. But... so dumb. Who writes a message that sounds like a life or death situation when it's actually about a damn game? You're not mad? Oh no, I am. You have definitely taken at least 30 years off my life, but it's just so silly that I can't help but laugh.
Thank you.
I needed that. Thank you. Well, happy to provide help when I can. But, you okay, Diana? Did you have a rough morning? You know, outside of giving me a near heart attack just now? You are my friend, Enya, but I will come back to this. This gets its better ending, but I don't want to bother him about my nightmare. It's not something a mentor should tell their mentee about.
I'm sorry.
I don't want to talk about it, sorry. That bad, huh? That's the case. I still want to help you. Oh, I've had my fair share of horrible nightmares. Ones that'll keep you up until the sun rises. There are ways to help with that. What, like counting sheep? What? No, that never works. Last time I tried counting sheep to sleep, I ended up dreaming about demonic sheep with red eyes and sharp teeth. How old were you when you had this nightmare?
That's so mean.
6! And it traumatized me. Can't look at sheep that same way again. Oh, but they're so cute and fluffy. Don't! I can't help but chuckle at his reaction. Was that Arknight's summer event with all the funky floating sheep hanging around everywhere? Can't help but chuckle at his reaction. Was that the So Long Adele event? Cute. Okay, no more sheep talk. Get serious. What's helped you? Well, I always try to play a game before I go to bed, like Pocket Monsters. It never fails to take my mind off of things. No, I've tried other methods, like drinking some warm tea or listening to white noise. Those don't work as well for me, but they might help you. Sheep. You can look up some more methods and see what other people suggest doing. That's not a bad idea, actually. I used to down melatonin in hopes that the overwhelming feeling of sleepiness would help keep the nightmares at bay. That eventually stopped working. Correct? Now it just kind of only seems to drag me down the next day. And is one fear. Post sheep is a terrifying blue-haired angel over here. Fluffy boy.
Thank you.
Sure, I'll try that. Thank you for the tips, Enya. No problem. It feels so weird thanking someone in a lower job position for advice. How often are our roles going to get reversed like this? Oh shoot! My lunch break is almost over! I didn't even get to ask you about how to solve the communication room! Who's going to get the accent? God rest his soul for the trauma he's about to endure. It may just be worse than what I had to deal with this morning. I'll send you some tips later, okay? Oh, thank you, Diana! You're a lifesaver!
Bye!
Bye, Diana. Bye, Enya. Have a good day at work, okay? Will do. You have an awesome day off. Enya hangs up the call, leaving me alone to my own devices. I open up my phone's web browser and do a noodle search for treatments for night terrors. After a few minutes, I get some hits. Tapping on the first result opens up a forum page where people give each other advice. Some explain their nightmares, ones that sound more hellish than mine. Despite the varied replies to everyone's situation, I notice a common recommendation. Seek help from a professional. Ah, here comes the big fear. Do I have time for that? Or money, even? Maybe it could be worth checking out if I ever find the time for it. Keeping what Enya and some internet rando said in mind, I place my phone on my nightstand and turn on my PC. Taking what feels like forever to boot up, I go to dream and boot up a game that's been sitting in my backlog for far too long, like a Tiger Zero! Yeah! With my favorite protagonist, Kizuma Koryu. Koryu-chan! Man, I wish I had 2 days off in a row. It's up until 11 p.m. playing Like a Dragon Zero. Like a Tiger Zero! Can't remember the last time I got so engrossed in a story like that. When I reach my cubicle, I see Enya talking to a colleague of ours. I adjust my headphones to try and hear what they're saying.
That's so cool!
Oh my gosh, your puppy is so cute! What's his name? Asian. He's an absolute sweetheart. Well, we've heard that name before. That made its way into Diana's nightmare. Patient? Like the... Oh. Page. Oh, I just realized that Peijun. Like the protagonist in No Escape 888? Both of them turned to me, and I immediately want to crawl into my cubicle. Well, I can't back out now. Otherwise, that'll make things even more awkward. Weird question, but is your dog named after the protagonist from No Escape? Oh, I see her eyes shine with recognition, and breathe a sigh of relief. Yes, No Escape is one of my favorite series. Oh my gosh, I need to know. Who's your favorite character? Oh, what do you think of the third game? Because, oh man, I feel like I'm the only one in the world who likes that game. And his GF Aneka. Honestly. I blink a few times, stunned into silence. Or as she went by in the first game, July. Stunned into silence. Sorry, it's just, well, I've been dying to talk to you about games and I wasn't sure how to approach you. I was scared of being a bother since you were always hyper-focused on work or listening to music. Did you get to it? Sorry again for rambling. Look of dismay, she turns back to Enya. We can talk about it over lunch then. I don't know your name. Shit, what's her name? Come on, think of her name. You've definitely seen her picture before. It's Sydney. Oh, she reaches her hand out to me. Nice to finally meet you, Diana. A small smile, I take your hand and shake it. Yeah, same here. She wheels herself back over to her desk. I should get back to work. It was fun chatting with you both. Kinda needed some levity in this work-heavy week. She gives us a tiny wave before disappearing into her cubicle. Oh my gosh. Enya is literally making this... Enya is literally making this whole office a better place. What an angel. Enya and I sit down in our respective cubicles, ready to start the day. Zhao! His voice rains from above. I look up to see him peeking over the divider. How'd you sleep last night?
Thank you.
Really well, and it's all thanks to you. Instead of laying in my bed and going to go back to sleep, I played a game to help me ease my mind.
Really?
Oh, I'm so glad. What'd you play? Well... spent the day playing Like a Tiger Zero. Oh, I've heard of that game. Though it's been mostly through memes. I actually don't know anything about the characters of the story. But it looks like a ton of fun from what I've seen. It is, though. Though I'm not sure if it'll be quite your speed. If you want to check it out, I know that Like a Tiger 7 is great for newcomers. That one is turn-based combat. Oh, yes. I can hear Enya typing on their phone. Wish this thing had done dream right now.
Excuse
Oh, no!
me?
What is this I see? My employees slacking off. My, oh my. Enya and I freeze, eyes wide open. You two. To my office. You... Huh? What are we... He's here. The bastard man. The bastard sauce is here. Now. Fueled by fear, I get up and rush to Godric's office without a word. As Enya and Godric trail behind me, I overhear the tail end of their conversation. You know I expected better out of you, Enya. It's unfortunate, really.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Godric. And hearing Enya whimper out an apology makes my heart ache. God. Bastard man. Giving him the bastard sauce. And when he enters Godric's office, I take my usual seat at the chair directly in front of him. Enya takes the seat next to me. Godric leans against his wooden desk, arms crossed, and his index finger tapping his arm ever so slightly. So, care to explain why I saw you goofing around when you should be working? Godric, we were only talking. Quiet, Enya. I want to hear from your mentor, the one who is supposed to make sure you're set up for success here at Mad Lobster. Godric leans forward.
Did I stutter?
So, are you going to answer my question, or am I going to need to make another note in your file about being unproductive at work?
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, sir. Flicks his tongue. Sorry isn't going to cut it, Diana. Because of employees like you, we're behind schedule. That's because That's not right, is it? Because we're all swamped with work. Can't meet deadlines when we're focused on a million things that are all considered urgent. Not robots, or people, for fuck's sake. I want to cry. I want to cry so badly, but I don't want to give Godric the satisfaction of watching me break down. Not again. I won't break down in front of him again. But he's seen her vulnerable, and he still acts like this motherfucker. No wonder she's so fucking afraid. Sorry, so hard not to, and he's just berating me, making me feel like absolute dog shit. I'm so sick of it. I'm sick of his bullshit. Seriously. I took on mentoring Enya even when I told you that I already had a lot on my plate. I helped Enya when they were struggling with documentation like a good mentor should. I had a meeting with the Digital Rush team and we organized a plan. Can't help it when circumstances happen. Can't help it when circumstances happen and puts them behind schedule. Trying my best not to break down, I stare at Godric, and despite the cold, pointed glare he's giving, make sure not to look away.
Godric! I'm doing the best that I can! What more do you want from me?
I hate this feeling. Yet despite all that, you still meant to disappoint me. Motherfucker! It appears your best isn't good enough. Just like that, the floodgates open. Oh, God. I don't care what you do, quite frankly. I don't care what's happening over at Digital Rush. I have shareholders to appease. They only care about results. you don't provide them with timely results, they'll cut our funding. Let me tell you, they're quite peeved because we've been missing deadlines. I was hoping to smooth things over early next week during our quarterly conference call, but I can't do that, not without any good results, at least. It's all because you aren't doing your best. Godric. His whisper doesn't seem to reach him because he continues on with his tirade. You know.
You know I can get rid of you, right?
You're nothing special, Diana. I can replace you just like that.
You can. I'm just another cog in his twisted machine, one that can be easily replaced in a matter of weeks. Godric, stop! Amongst the white noise of my thoughts, Enya's voice breaks through like a bright light in the darkness. They stand up out of their chair. Their bald hands are shaking uncontrollably, and a drip of sweat rolls down their forehead, but they stand tall and firm.
Don't talk to Diana like that.
Oh no. Now we're literally having her nightmare coming to life. Enya! What are they doing?
Excuse me?
I can't let you continue to talk to her like that, like she's yesterday's trash. She's a person, for Christ's sake. She has feelings. Can't you see that she's crying? Godric nonchalantly looks at my tear-stained face. There's not even a hint of remorse behind those crimson eyes. Only malice. Yes, I can, and I don't care. Just because she's in a machine who can crap things out in a matter of seconds doesn't mean she's doing her job. She's passionate about what she does. You can see it in how she works and acts. She sat with me at lunch so I wouldn't be alone. She let me join the Digital Rush meeting so I could understand how they worked. She even encouraged me to speak my mind when I was too nervous to do something. She helped me when I was struggling on my first day, even when she had other things she needed to do. She prioritized me over herself. And he looks at me with a soft, gentle smile. I couldn't have asked for a better mentor. And I can't let someone who loves video games so much get beaten down. What's considered a dream job for her and so many people. You sweet child. I can hear Enya's fists tighten, unable to hold back his anger any longer. Just cut her a damn break already. She's doing more than enough. The sudden sharpness in Enya's tone catches us both off guard, and for a moment the room is silent but so tense. So much so that it's suffocating. As he rhythmically taps on his arm, Godric stares daggers at Enya. And just like me, Enya's demeanor falters ever so slightly. Scared of what he might be thinking in that rotted head of his. Before he can even open his mouth, I stand up and put myself in between Enya and Godric.
I'm sorry.
Godric, I apologize for Enya's behavior. Dinah? Oh, do you now? Sighs. Well, if you truly are sorry, you can more than make up for it by catching up on your tasks.
Did I stutter?
I expect you to work a little later tonight. Do I make myself clear? The late night, huh? Just as long as Enya doesn't have to feel his wrath, it's okay. Be okay. Yes. Godric's smile morphs into a chilling grin. Good. You're both free to go. But remember, Diana, I expect results. And I expect them soon. If you fail to produce them, I won't hesitate signing your pink slip. Of course. Enya and I quietly make our way to the exit. You're welcome. Drag myself out of Godric's office. What are you welcome? What do you mean you're welcome? You're getting no fucking praise, fucking asshat. Godric. Even when I wrote this day. Oh, God. God. Once the door closes, I turn to Enya. I want to hug this child. I should yell at him. I really should. Did back there was dumb and rash. But it's also courageous. When they were cowering under Godric's menacing gaze, they stood tall and firm. He stood up for me. He said words that I've been too scared to ever say. He found something in me worth fighting for. Can I hug you? Of course you can. Oh, with his consent, I pull Enya into a hug. I squeeze him extra tight. How long has it been since I last hugged someone that wasn't my red panda plushie? I miss doing this. I missed having someone I could call a friend. Thank you. No problem. Enya pats me gently on the back. I know how much you love video games, Diana. It shows on your desk and in your work. This is a job you should be happy to have. You shouldn't be crying at your dream job. He's right. I should be happy. I should love working on video games. I did when I made game jam titles. I did when I first started working here. Eventually, Godric got to me. He turned something I used to love into something I despise. You're right, Enya. Like how they say if you work your dream job, you'll never work a day in your life. That's the biggest possible lie you could ever fall for. If you work your dream job, then it becomes a job and you'll grow to hate it. Breaking up the hug, I wipe away the tears in my eyes, especially if your dream job involves in some degree reporting to someone. You will grow to hate it. Your dream will become a nightmare. Breaking up the hug, I wipe away the tears in my eyes, though this time they're happy tears. Now, let's get back to work and make Dynawin the best game we can make, shall we? Let's do it! Lead the way, mentor! Enya trailing behind me, we head back down to the office, reinvigorated. Day 6. That stung. That stung. It's dark all around me. It's dark and a bit hard to see, but I'm not afraid. I'm not leaving this boy out to dry. Especially after he... Oh. Darkness had a gentleness to it that makes me relaxed and safe, like a foggy sky when it's about to rain. Like rain itself. A small light trails on the floor and creates a walkable path to my right. Only sounds I can hear are my own breathing and a strange sort of whistling. It's coming from the same place as the light. Oh, gosh. Are we back in? Are we back in? They look like stars. Are we in the cave? Are we in the cave that eats people? Any reasonable person would probably try to avoid it, but something about it calls to me. I have to go. My feet start walking in the direction of the cry. Are we in? They look like stars. Are we in the cave that eats people? The more I walk, the closer it gets. I walk and walk and walk. We're in, until I find an odd cubicle, not very different from the one where I work at. My hands begin to tremble, but I want to keep going. To see. Step. 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 That door looks really small. Forward and all the way. Don't hesitate. Don't hide. Don't close yourself up. Panda. The final sprint, I arrive. Cubicle is exactly how I remember it, save for one difference. Panda! There's a red panda on my chair. It stares. No, she stares right through me. Whistles turn into sorrow. Her paws grip her tail with vigor. She shakes. She trembles. She quivers. I crouch down in front of the chair and take her in my arms. She's warm, tender, kind, and she's so full of dreams. Okay, Dinah. You're going to be okay. A ray of sunlight piercing through the window's glass makes it come around. My eyes are a little wet, and I'm clutching onto something soft and squishy. Red panda plushie looks at me. I smile and hold it tightly, surrendering to its coziness. It'll be okay. Alright, let's do this. Trip from my home to the office is a bit of a blur. I can still taste the peach tea and scones I had before leaving. I should recommend these to Enya. The nearby bakery really does make the best pastries. Yesterday was hectic. I'm sure neither they nor I expected to be chewed out by Godric so relentlessly. Maybe I did, but I didn't expect Enya to stand up for me. At some point, the yelling, the berating, the abuse, they became so commonplace that it was easier to endure it all. Enya, though, they're different. No matter who is on top, he seems to have a strong sense of justice and doesn't tolerate when things got too far. But his head and his heart are in a good place. Didn't I tell him how boundaries are important a few days ago? Yet mine got trampled constantly by a piece of shit. I wonder who was the actual mentor during this whole week, because I feel like I've learned so much about what's truly important by embracing Enya's fresh perspective on things. I'm about to head into my cubicle when I spot two familiar faces in the farther corner of the room. Oh no. Godric is wearing his typical sardonic smile and chatting about something. I can't hear what, I'm too far away. Enya is oddly quiet. God, is this about what happened yesterday? Is he threatening them with something? Bastard man. Famous red eyes glance at me for a moment before turning back to Enya and patting him on the shoulder. Don't touch. Not a reassuring pat. It's condescending. The kind of pat that says, do your best, sport. Don't disappoint me. Godric turns around, his steps fading into the distance. It was that Godric told them it can't be anything good. I've seen Enya so crushed when something upset them. Sprint in their direction, and before they got a chance to react, I grab their shoulders as gently as I can. You alright? Holy heck, Diana, you startled me. Where'd you come from?
Enya.
Okay, you win. Please, don't look at me like that. You shouldn't talk about this at work, but when it's over, I squeeze their shoulders. Promise? And it pats one of my hands and gives me a dazzling smile. Promise. Give them a nod for walking with them back to our respective cubicles. Concerning. The rest of the day is rather uneventful, especially considering that Enya's mentorship is pretty much over. There's not much else to teach him outside of a few technical things from a couple of programs we use at the company. They're also a fast learner. I'm sure they'll do great the more they get used to the game dev environment. He's good at taking the initiative, too. Doesn't always wait for me to tell him what to do. Once they have a clear direction, they make the most out of their research and are able to come up with very creative solutions. Not everyone can do that, at least not without a couple years' experience. But is Mad Lobster truly the place for him? What if it holds him back? I don't want them to go through the same thing I did. They deserve to have their passion destroyed into a million pieces. Diana? Raise my head and see Enya peeking from behind his cubicle. Who would have thought that something I initially found annoying ended up becoming so endearing? What is it? Need help with anything? Yeah, no. Exactly what you have in mind. It's not about work? Mind goes back to the events from this morning. Right. Godric. They promised that they'd tell me about it after work. I have a couple things left to finish, then I'll be done. Digital Rush contacted me earlier than expected.
Really?
That's great! Isn't it? Ralph told me that the suggestion you gave them the other day was a huge help. Made the process much faster, so they were able to finish the spine animations before Sunday. What's left is to revise them. I'm so glad. And his smile is genuine, but the mildness in his voice and the way his shoulders drop are a huge giveaway that he's not his usual self. Something's up. Are you done with your tasks for the day? Yes, I sent you the document by email. Should I send them on Slouch too? No, don't worry. That's more than enough. Listen, I'll finish revising Digital Rush's folder, then we can head over to my place. What do you say? We're going to your... Cover their mouth with my hand before they can finish what they're about to say. You don't have to scream it to the whole office. You're going to give people the wrong idea. And he nods vigorously. I smile at that and let them go. Remember when I gave you that croissant a few days ago? Oh yeah, it was really good. I think you said something about the bakery being nearby? Very close to the bus stop near the office. It so happens that today is Saturday. And he looks at me as if I've grown two heads. There's a special pastry that they make only on Saturdays. I really want you to try it. It's the cutest little... Eh? Shit, I got carried away. Your sweet tooth is pretty amazing. I clear my throat and pretend to look at the time.
Uh-huh.
Yes, anyway, I'll finish this in 10 so we can get going. Gotcha. Tired. Maybe tired. After stopping by the bakery, I enter the shop alone since I want the cake's design and flavor to be a surprise, and taking the bus at the stop, Annie and I arrive at my apartment. When we set foot inside, I realize the huge mistake I've made. Oh, forgot to clean up.
That's
So
cool.
got so many figures and posters. All these really cool games. No Escape 888, Ace Lawyer, Pocket Monsters? Yeah. Sorry about the mess. Mess? What mess? You should see my room. It's completely... Oh my god, is that another Final Crystal 7 figurine? Right, it's Enya we're talking about. Of course they wouldn't care about something being a little messy. Besides, they wear their heart on their sleeve, so I know when they're telling the truth. You can hold it if you want. A few seconds. A very long few seconds, Enya stares at the floor, not quite knowing how to react. Then looks at me like I've just said the most insane thing ever imaginable. Are you sure? Give his shoulder a few pats. Yuri! Well, go ahead and get us something to drink. Brought your can of lemon soda at the cafeteria before leaving the office. That's your favorite, right? You remember! It's hard not to when your cubicle is full of them. Not that I'm much better with how many bottles of peach juice mine has. Thank you. I could use some lemon soda right now. Roger that. I prepare a couple of glasses for the soda and juice, and he holds the figurine as if it were made of porcelain. Oh, your phone. Oh, your phone. Oh, is that a caprice I see on your phone? Is that a caprice I see on your phone? Oh, that's adorable. Game! Tear the phone, a pale blue model with a few cracks on the screen and 3 adorable character charms attached to it, and snap a picture. This fond gaze almost distracts me from getting the cake. I make my way to the kitchenette cupboard and take a small plate and fork. Cute! Finally, I grab the bakery's paper bag and take out a beautiful sponge cake with lemon icing, cream swirls, and a cute bear made of chocolate mousse. Oh my gosh. Gosh, it's almost too adorable to eat. But I took a gazillion pictures of it before buying it. Alright. Once I finish preparing everything on a small tray, I head over to the table, which is rather petite, I have to say, and place the glasses and plate on top. You can come over now. Sorry, I don't have any proper seats aside from my computer chair, but we can sit on these cushions. Thank you, Diana. Leaving the figurine back on top of the drawer, Enya takes a couple of steps toward the wooden table, where he puts his phone and sits right next to me. Kate takes him by surprise. Even a small smile colors his lips, though he's quick to go back to the dejected demeanor from this morning. Oh,
Listen.
you're starting to worry me, Enya. What happened? Don't answer right away. Instead, they play with a fork on the plate and make a tiny cut on the cake. Fork slides under the piece and slowly travels from the plate to Enya's mouth. For a split second, their eyes closed. They must have tasted the lemon icing. They open once again when the chocolate and cream make themselves known. And his lips quiver. His shoulders begin to shake. Then it brews. Oh? Oh no. The flood of tears brews, and it doesn't stop. Godric wants to fire me. Oh no.
What?
What? He
This isn't fair.
wants to fire me because of what happened yesterday. Because of what I said. At this point, Enya's bawling his eyes out. It rings in pain. But what else could I do? He's being awful, treating you like a piece of shit. Is this what working at Mad Lobster? No. What working at any company that's big enough means? Do you have to follow everything you're told, no questions asked? Be at the mercy of a narcissistic asshole who only knows how to order everyone around despite being the one who works the least? Their voice shakes with such intensity, with such a guttural rawness that I would have a hard time recognizing it if they weren't right next to me. His anger, his frustration, the way his whole body trembles with every word he yells, reminds me of myself. And yeah,
I didn't think it'd be like this.
I worked so hard to get this job. I kept sending resumes every day. I kept practicing my skills by making my own games. I kept trying to get to know people in hopes of joining the game dev community. Is this what you've been putting up with all these years? Does he treat you like that every day? I glanced down at my lap. How do you do it, Diana? How? My skirt gets wrinkled from the way I'm squeezing it. Look at me! Please! Did I do it? How? No, why did I do it? Deep down, I've always known the answer to that question. I gave up. I simply gave up. I could be wrong, it wasn't always like this. At first it was exactly like you mentioned on your first day, a dream job. I made friends, I fell in love, I designed a couple of features and mechanics, I even learned a bit of coding down the line. But then, our games got cancelled and things started to change. People were replaced, deadlines were cut shorter, and crunch, which is something we normally never did unless it was absolutely necessary, became the norm. I still remember the day my friends couldn't come to work because her kid had a high fever and no one could look after them. You know what Godric told her? The game industry is a competitive one, and if you can't keep up with the pace, you're better off being a house. Oh! Fuck that guy. What an ass. Fuck. Enya frowns and grits their teeth. What had happened? I did nothing. I kept making excuses that my job was too important. I was afraid Godric would take advantage of the situation and fire me too. I scoff. Well, you already know that he didn't fire me. But on that day, I lost a friend. Lost more than a friend. I lost myself. I started doing everything for my career. Worked my butt off to the point where I would sacrifice meals and sleep in order to meet a deadline. I wasn't even seeing people outside my office. Not even my partner. I became the model employee, and eventually, it cost me my relationship. Even then, it was never enough. There was always something to complain about, always something imperfect. If I dared to question anything, things would get overly complicated. I'd be reminded of what happened to my friend. Be reminded what I did. What this company turned me into. At some point, everything just became numb. Diana. God, I'm so stupid. I should have realized sooner that something wasn't right. Now, I don't even know if I'm cut out for this industry. Close my hand and bonk him lightly on the head. What? Don't sell yourself short. But you did do something. You stood up to Godric. You fought for what was right. Put a hand on his shoulder. Reminded me of what's truly important. I did? And what's that? His confusion makes me chuckle. You're seriously asking me that? Gosh, sometimes I don't know whether you're too humble or too naive to take a compliment. I get a lot. Take a deep breath. It's the very first moment I've met you. All you've shown me was excitement, passion, and diligence. It didn't matter if it was work itself or a puzzle you couldn't figure out. You just faced everything with enthusiasm and an outstanding desire to learn. I look him in the eye. Enya, you reminded me that making games should make you happy. That life isn't about feeling empty. It's about feeling joy, anger, sadness, a whole rainbow of emotions. Reminded me that you don't have to be perfect. Enya, you are worth it. You'll always be worth it. Gasped audibly. For a few moments, they don't say anything, so they were still processing my words. However, I don't have to wait long. The first time in the day, Enya shows me a radiant smile. A smile that is noticeably not only on the lips, but also in the wrinkles under his eyes. Oh, you're right. You're right. Making games should make us happy. God, the lad. He's been here not even been here a week, and he's already got the bags under their eyes. Thank you, Diana. No, thank you. And he laughs and wipes a semi-dried tear on his cheek with the corner of his hand. But where does that leave us? Is there anything left for us to do? We're just two people, not a whole company. Been putting it off for long enough. Been trying to deny the opportunity because it was too risky. It is risky, but sometimes a leap of faith is all that you have. I've always considered myself to be a trier. Enya, do you mind if I take a look at my laptop? God, after this, I'm gonna. I know there's 3 endings. After this, this is one of those games where I don't want to put these two through getting the worst endings. I don't want to put them through getting the worst endings. Do you mind if I take a look at my laptop? It's kind of random, but sure. Promise this is relevant. You'll see. And it gives me a thumbs up, and I take it as my cue to check on the computer. My fingers dance at the keyboard until I get into my Noodle Mail account. Going to the bar on the left, I click on the trash bin and scroll down until I find what I'm looking for. Right click, move to inbox. What's that? Andy peeks over my shoulder. A journalist requesting an interview. And we're going to say yes. We? You want me to be there too?
Let's do this.
Especially when it hits too close to home. Yeah, it's too real. I'm normally an ending completionist, but this is too real. I don't want to put them through the worst outcomes. I don't want these two to capitulate to Godric at all. Because fuck that guy. Let's do this together. Day 7. Oh. Today's the day. Keep repeating the same phrase over and over. In my thoughts, I mumbles. Texted any of these exact words the moment I woke up. Ah! Here's some chuckling coming from the cubicle in front of me. Raise my head, Enya's there, grinning at me. What are you doing? Doesn't say anything. Instead, he points at my phone with a movement of his eyes. Grab it and check my messages. I see you fidgeting, Diana. Now you're startling me over here? What's next? Nonsensical voice messages? Don't tempt him. Enya and I agreed beforehand that we shouldn't talk much at the office, at least not outside of our lunch break, or knowing how the situation is going to end. Chatting on the phone, on the other hand. Now, perhaps I should record myself saying a famous quote from Final Crystal 7. What? Why? I mean, don't you want an awesome and magnificent new alarm? Clyde's voice making you jolt right awake after expressing disappointment in you for sleeping in. Andy, what the hell? You owe me a pizza, Diana. Gee, do you think the stairs are talking, Diana? You need to get up. Stop! Like Clyde Strife would say that. Get help! Wow. What even is this conversation? Sends a bunch of laughing emojis. Are you feeling a little better? Thought I'd say something stupid to make you relax. And yeah. Look, if I'm being honest, I'm scared shitless right now. I'm not alone. Neither are you. Together, remember? Like you told me yesterday. Look at Enya once again. The smile looks softer now, with wrinkles in the corner of their eyes. Take a deep breath so as to not cry. Even when everything in my body is telling me to let the waterworks out, I hold on. I hold on and return their smile. We'll have all the time in the world to cry happy tears later. Let's go tell Godric to get bent. Thanks to Anya's reassurance, the rest of the morning goes by rather peacefully. We managed to make good progress on our tasks, even finished some of them. Stretch my arms for a couple of seconds till a man of rainbow colors stands in front of me. Rainbow colors? I'm so hungry I could eat a whole tree, maybe two. That much? I don't think you'd live to tell the tale. Okay, Beaver. The contrary, I'll be the first person to succeed and appear in all the news. I'll be famous. They point their finger at me. You'll see. I try to hold back with a snort, but soon enough I'm laughing out loud. What's happening? I should be scared out of my wits, and yet here I am. I laughed my ass off at a joke that's not even funny. Well, maybe a little funny. Whatever you say, Enya. His grin broadens and I can see a dimple forming on his cheek. Lunch? Yeah, let's go. I think they have the vegan buffalo chicken sandwich on the menu today.
Really?
Ooh, oh man, I gotta try that. Then, guys. Finished talking, Sydney approaches us with a bewildered and almost incredulous look on her face. Hey, Sydney. You on your lunch break too? We had lunch. Have you seen the article from Heart to Pen? Give Enya an imperceptible nod. What are you talking about? What article? Sorry, I was swamped with work. I didn't see anything. Oh. Sydney takes out her phone and flashes it in front of us. The screen shows a user from Twitter linking an article. The article, after sharing a few words of disapproval. It's about Mad Lobster. It went viral. Uh-oh. Right as she says... Ooh. As she says those words, I notice a couple of my coworkers who were standing a few steps from us, whispering amongst themselves while looking at their phones. Hurriedly check my own and notice a missed email from Aiden, the journalist, sent about an hour ago. Tap on it and start reading. Here's that article. Thank you and your coworker for lending me your time. Having you two voice your experiences will prove that there are still issues going on at the company. It'll shut down any naysayers who would try to label your former colleagues as disgruntled employees. As promised, you and everyone else who provided me quotes and insights are anonymous sources. Thank you for being brave enough to come forward and help drive change where it is needed. Bring back tears, I click on the link and it opens up the website. The headline reads, Mad Lobster employees describe CEO as oppressive and abusive. In a day and age where studios are prioritizing profit over ethics and basic humanity, it's unfortunate to see yet another studio join the list of such abhorrent behavior, rather than do right by their employees. Mad Lobster Interactive, the developer behind the upcoming dark fantasy title Dynawind, been described by current and former employees as an oppressive place to work at due to their abusive CEO, Godric Anderson. I thought I was a part of something special. Everyone was so welcoming. Even Anderson was. It's like a family away from home. Oh. That is until 6 months in, when Anderson's demeanor changed and I got to see him for the heartless monster he truly was, said one ex-developer. She recounted the time when Anderson refused to give her a day off from a family emergency, despite having vacation days stocked up. Expose his ass, yes! My 4-year-old had gotten a fever and no one could watch him. I called Anderson crying my eyes out, begging him to give me the day off. You know what he said? He told me, if you can't keep up with the pace, then you're better off being a housewife. Never saw his face again, said the ex-employee. Using days off and telling his staff to work long, grueling hours is the norm at Mad Lobster. Everyone we've interviewed has confirmed this to us. Talent at Mad Lobster is truly something else. When I worked there, I was always in awe of the creativity in the room. We're all so passionate about things, but once publishers got involved, things got rough. Problems arose, said one employee. They talk about how they felt silenced by Anderson after being told to suck it up and be a man, trying to raise concerns about crunch. Oh. Godric awful in all of the ways. Equal opportunity asshole. Misogynist and toxic masculinity. Toxic masculinity. Equal spades. One current employee details their experience as a living nightmare. They entered into the studio joyful. Their feelings for their company quickly soured once they were thrown countless tasks with unattainable deadlines and sexist comments. Even when I stayed after hours to meet the deadlines given to me, Anderson would still find a way to chew me out. He gave this company everything, and to him it wasn't good enough. 3 minutes? Oh, you can do anything faster when you want. Shove it up your ass, Godric. Their co-worker, also a current employee, backed up their claim, saying they witnessed firsthand Anderson's abuse toward them. We entered the industry because we love to make games. We'll do anything to make a fun product. I'll make players smile and forget their troubles. Is our suffering really worth that? This type of behavior from CEOs isn't anything new. As noted earlier, the entire experience of Mad Lobster Interactive is yet another case of abuse in the games industry. Just last year, we have seen multiple reports come out from sites like Octagon, After Effects, citing similar behaviors at other studios. And that's only what's been reported on. There could be more studio executives out there abusing their power, and workers who are too scared to speak up, justifiably so. Employees, especially marginalized employees, are afraid to come out with their stories for fear of retaliation, whether it's from higher-ups or trolls online who try to discredit them. Every year, we as a society are graced with a plethora of games that become our escape from reality. Some of them give us the strength to keep going, even when we're at our lowest. At the end of the year, we come together to celebrate these titles that were carefully crafted by the industry's finest. However, we can't ignore what's happening anymore. We need to stand alongside these hard-working individuals and elevate their voices. Help them change this industry and make it to the sustainable, happy place it should be. I had to take the deep breath after I read that last line. What a fucking beautiful line. He did it. Really did it. The entire close of this article is just absolutely beautiful message. Every year we're graced with wonderfully beautiful and creative and engaging titles that become super important to us, get us through hard times. But yeah, it's such a pain. It's so, like, we can't ignore. We can't ignore it when there are real people on the other end of this being put through hell to deliver these products to help us. We gotta. It only helps. What? Yeah, we expose all of their toxic asses and just make the industry better. We need to stop. Need to do better for them. They did it. Godric's been exposed. My hands are shaking so much that even my phone wobbles in place. I'm going to cry. And he touches my shoulder and gives it a few gentle pats. Thank you. Cindy joins in on the pats and gives me a sympathetic smile. Girl, I feel you. I think I'm about to break down myself. Here comes the asshole. Before any of us can answer back, Godric storms in with such ferocity that the door echoes throughout the whole office. His face livid, his eyes bursting with rage. How am I only just noticing that he's wearing a fucking tracksuit?
What? What in the world? Who did this? Hmm? I demand answers! Now!
His voice dripping with fear. I'm not joking around. Who was it? Suffer! Suffer, you worm! A few coworkers look around and look rather puzzled, not sure about how to react. Most of them probably didn't hear about the article yet.
Well, you see...
Don't have all day. Y'all better stop this face for us right now, this instant. The rest of us, the ones who read it, stay silent. Patrick staggers from left to right, looking for something, anything, that might give him a clue on the perpetrator. His clumsy movements and jittery voice are all that can be heard throughout the room. Thought it was a suit. Yeah, me too. Tell me now. Desperation makes him look so pathetic, I feel secondhand embarrassment. This was the man I was so afraid of? This? Clown? Clown. You. Godric's almost in front of me when I realize it's me he's talking to. You did this, Diana. I know you did. Enya starts taking a step forward to get between Godric and me, but I stop him by putting a hand on his shoulder. They look worried for a second, but their expression is into a smile when I nod at them. For the first time since I entered this company, I face Godric. Stand straight and face him. I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about, sir. What? This whole week I've been working endlessly on Dinah Wynn's documentation. I've directed the whole matter about Digital Rush, among other things, and taken charge of Enya's mentoring. That's if we don't count the overtime from 2 days ago. Taking all this into consideration and how much time it takes to schedule an interview, when would I have even done this? The answer is Godric petrified. Yes! Sweat! Worm! His jaw stays open for a couple of seconds, like he was processing what he just heard. His face, it makes a whole transformation. Shock turns into fury. The office begins to whisper, voices tangling themselves with one another until the murmurs collide into one and fill the whole space. Louder. Louder! Louder! Enough! Godric points his finger right in my face. You are making a huge mistake, Diana. With one final scoff, Godric storms off in the same way he came and leaves the room with a slam. Well, that was, intense. Let her cook. Let her cook. Look at her. She's standing proud, tall, and confident. I guess we'll have to see what happens, eh? Anyway, I have to take care of some things. I'll see you later. Sydney waves and disappears into her own cubicle. I head to the cafeteria when Enya holds my shoulder once again. Diana, wait! What's wrong? Are we going to have some lunch? I mean, yes, but, are you okay? I turn to Enya, and for the first time in forever, I grin with my whole body. Never been better. Yeah. Ooh. The Foxman's ears twitched at the mention of the magic sphere. Dinah? Type the words on Noodle Doc with a couple of notes regarding their programming. Oh, are they going into business for themselves? His tail sways from left to right. Diana. No, what the hell even is this? He's not a dog, for the love of... Yes, they're going to business for themselves. Diana! What is it already? You're slouching again. Come on, how many times has it been now? Are you trying to compete with the shrimp for the bad posture meme? Sorry. It's been a few months since the article about Mad Lobster had been published. Though Godric didn't quit right away, his reputation was soiled so badly that he had no choice but to resign. Oh! Enya and I have been still working at the company. It has been under a few changes, starting with the CEO. New rules have also been implemented in order to ensure situations like this, like the one with Godric, never happen again. Whether that will be effective or not, though, only time will tell. Hey, what do you think about this design? Oh, it looks really good. But how do you always know? I see you almost every day, Diane. I can tell when you're hesitating. Touche. Well, I love the look with the vest. That's cute. Maybe the color scheme is not quite right. How about a warmer palette? Oh, yeah, you're right. That would look better. Thanks. No problem. About to face my monitor once again when I noticed my red panda plush lying on the bed sheets. That reminds me. Was the Rainbow Panda logo coming along? Oh, Rainbow Panda logo? Is that their? Are they doing indie on the side? Hehe. Want to see? Want to see? The exaggeration in his voice makes me snort. Oh, I'm glad you asked, fellow partner. Prepare to be amazed. Show me. 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 Yeah. Yeah. I want to see the rainbow. I want to see the Rainbow Panda logo. Oh. 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 Happy days are here again. Happy days are here again. God. It's no Rainbow Panda. No Rainbow Panda logo, but you do get this precious baby. Yes. Honestly, that's worth it. That's so worth it. You're so right. You're absolutely right. Look at her. She's happy. I love at Final CG, Diana and Enya, sweater buddies. Enya gets a little sweater vest. Alright. You see, yeah! I love this. I love the little sweater vest. Got going casually. That's cute. Yeah! We're winning! We're winning. There's that worm, Godric. Get out of here, Godric. God, he really is wearing a fucking tracksuit over his dress shirt. Little scumbag. But yes, we love that worm. We'd love to see this pair thriving, though. We'd love to see them absolutely thriving. Ooh. Oi. Yeah. Alright, so. Alright. Thank you for downloading and playing Monochrome Pixels. Video games are giving me so much. Friends, a job, but most importantly a place to escape to when I needed it the most. Without them I wouldn't be here today. As a developer, nor as a person. So for the last 3 years, it's pained me to see something I love so much bring so much pain to the hardworking individuals who put their everything into games, indie or AAA. Because higher-ups don't treat them as human beings. Abuse, harassment, online, harassment in the workplace, crunch to meet short deadlines, CEOs that scrap work after years of reduction. You can thank Bobby Kotick for inspiring Godric's fit. Oh, God. God, you're right. Oh. That's a very accurate IRL fit. That's a very accurate IRL parallel. Absolute worm, Bobby Kotick. God. There's so much suffering, long hours that turn into years of work, and these people still stay there because they love what they do and want to put out a good game for players to enjoy. When they do, what happens? They get laid off and are left to fend for themselves. To give you an idea, 11,250 people were laid off in 2023. In 2024, over 8,000 developers have been laid off thus far. We are 4 months into the year. We are 4 months into the year. Once we're done here, I will pull up a picture of Bobby Kotick. See if we can find a good Bobby Kotick to show against Godric. Bobby Godric the worm. That's okay, I love it. Go off. Go off. We love it. Spitting facts here. Meanwhile, studio CEOs have continued to receive million-dollar paychecks. Not so much batting an eye to the mass layoffs. How is that fair? They get the bonuses. They get the credit. And the rank-and-file people who made that success happen get fucking shafted, laid off. Get laid off, get cut, and those who don't get cut get fucking more deadlines crammed onto them. They crunch more and suffer more. How's that fair? Is it fair that we are, as an industry, come together at the end of the year to celebrate games while ignoring all these glaring problems? How is it fair when we only give award winners 30-second speeches while we give celebrities 5-minute monologues? How? This industry needs to do better. This industry needs to treat its workers like humans. Without these people, we wouldn't have games. So please, do whatever you can to support indie developers. Amplify former AAA devs' voices when they share their experiences. Let their stories be known. Let them know that you're by their side. Let them know how much their work has impacted you. Developer to a player, I've never felt more empowered than being told that I'm not alone, and that my work matters to someone. To my team, my talented team, thank you. This game wouldn't have been possible without any of you. I love you all. Dupree, my wonderful co-writer, co-lead, and the one who I've been able to find solace in during this rough patch of my life, thank you, and I love you so much. So glad I can call you a friend. My friends, colleagues, and peers who inspire me every day, thank you, and I love you all so much. Finally to you, the player, thank you. Aww. You were cooking so much, and I'd love to see it. Love to see it so much. Bree, hello. Hello, thank you for playing Monochrome Pixels. This is the first time I ever worked on a project as a co-writer, so I have to admit I was a bit anxious. The whole experience made me learn a lot. Video games have been a part of my life ever since my dad gifted me a copy of Pokemon Yellow when I was 6. They helped me keep going during difficult times. They've given me beautiful memories among friends, and they've made me realize storytelling and character building are my biggest passions in life. I think that an industry that brings heaps of fun and joy to a huge amount of people is also causing so much suffering is heartbreaking, to say the least. It's a worldwide phenomenon. Argentina's video game industry isn't as big as the ones in other countries. I've heard of AAA companies here making mass firings without so much as a warning. Without so much as a warning, yes. Companies where friends and acquaintances worked at, all because an even bigger company bought it and CEOs had to get rid of some people. Seriously, what's even the point of companies buying more companies if they're going to cut personnel? Should it be the other way around? Those greedy and pedantic CEOs who invest in projects without having any idea how game development even remotely works. How much time, effort, and tears they sacrifice it takes to make a game. They only care about the money and themselves. Even if a AAA company having a sector dedicated exclusively to make stuff with NFTs because it's the future doesn't scream money hungry, I don't know what it will. Yes, go off. Yes. Making games is, most of the time, a thankless job. The great majority of people only see the results, never the process. Sometimes what's behind that process is devastating. That's why I can't stress enough how important it is for us developers to receive your support in any way you can. If you like a game, if a story resonates with you, please don't keep it hidden. Let it be known, share it with your peers. Share it with the world. I promise you, a kind comment goes a longer way than you think. We really don't see indie, AAA, and all vestiges of the sort. We really don't see the stress, the uncertainty, the anxiety, the effort that goes into these products. It's so much more than you can ever imagine. Just looking at the finished product on itch.io. It's so much more than you can ever imagine. Which is why it's, yeah. Problem with doing, Theo, the problem with doing what you love is that sometimes you can still work so many days of your life because of factors outside your control. I know so many incredible talents within the game dev space who have burnt out from deadlines and pressure, who have opened their hearts to the world and have been met with bullying and superiority complexes, who have lost their love. If it isn't layoffs as a full-time game developer, it's layoffs in people's day jobs that force them to give up game development as a hobby. It sucks. They lose so many every day to capitalism as a whole. that struggle is so real. And also to each other. I hope more people make games. I hope the competition is thriving and supportive. That's the thing. Just from my point of view, just looking into this space, like I was doing at the start of the stream, just poking around the itch pages of the wonderful team involved in this project, and seeing so many games I recognize, and seeing so many games I recognize that other people involved in this have worked on together. I mentioned competition, but I see so much collaboration on these products, and that it's so encouraging to see. It's really good to see. And it's just all the beautiful things that I've seen come out of, that I've seen all of you produce together. It's absolutely wonderful. I hope the competition is thriving and supportive. I hope we can look at one another and not see a potential threat that we could have to tear down. Instead, another passionate creative who deserves our support, too. The community is both smaller and larger than you think, and with AI being introduced into the space, it's so hard to see people lose trust in their own ability to both work with others and craft their own stories. It's really hard to be a game developer nowadays. I'm thankful for every project I've been able to join. Not only to lend my voice and help it come together, but to see the process, day-by-day grind of a project going from the concept phase to something you can share with the world is something I wouldn't trade, ever. Thanks for playing Monochrome Pixels. Everyone did such a wonderful job on it. Hope we can inspire you to play more, to talk more, to create more, too. Much love. Much love to you as well. Sarah Origins. Hello. Thank you for playing Monochrome Pixels. We're very grateful for your support, and I'm very grateful to have had the opportunity to make art for this game and work with a wonderful team. Things have been rough in the game industry as a whole. Both a game dev and an artist, it's been an incredibly tough time between all the layoffs, the spreading use of generative AIs, all driven by the need for increased profits and capital at the cost of the rest of us. I'll be honest, it has been tough making art with all that going on. Always on the verge of a burnout. Finding the will to draw hasn't been easy for a while. I still hope that our love and sincerity for the medium and industry will shine through regardless. I truly, truly love making art and working in games. Games are a wonderful way to express things and communicate, done by inviting you, the players, to participate in this little communion with us. Each game published is a miracle and a labor of love, filled with the hope that you'll come to love us. Filled with the hope that you'll come to love it as much as we do. I hope that these feelings reach you. Once again, thank you for your support, that we can keep supporting each other. Please support game devs, artists, writers, and all the creatives out there in any way you can. Times like this, having a community that has your back makes a huge difference. Let's find ways to keep supporting each other. Yeah. Oh. UV Contrast. Hey, have you played Monochrome Pixels yet? No? I really should do that sometime, honestly. Well, you should, and here's why. There's no easy way to say this. Being a game dev is great, but it also sucks. Your vision of a great game is endlessly fueled by passion, but when you're on the verge of running out, you've got no choice but to go with the alternative, spite. Coming from a background of competitive gaming, aka esports, I know firsthand the pros and cons of being persistent with your goals, even if that path includes obstacles you don't want to overcome. Same applies with game dev, both then and now. Programmers, artists, writers, composers. People from all creative backgrounds, really, all have the same goal: make hella cool games. But as we've seen through social media and in real life, bringing those games to fruition requires time, effort, and resilience. Unfortunately, a tragic byproduct of game dev is the public, and collective witness to so many unfortunate events, waves of layoffs, harassment behind cubicles, abusive managers, lack of corporate structure, meetings that should have been emails, yes. You name it, it's happened. Well, Monochrome Pixels is a fictional story. A lot of what's been woven into the story is closer to game dev reality than we've all probably want to admit. This game is not meant to dissuade anyone from becoming a game dev. rather to shed light on situations that continue to haunt corporate offices rather than be dealt with in a timely and swift manner. This game only shows one instance of what are many different situations that have happened over the past years. If we as a community don't do anything about it, we'll be repeating history, and not in a good way. With all that said, we cannot thank you enough for the support we've received from Monochrome Pixels. It would not have been possible without every single person on this team. We hope that the game dev is not only an enjoyable experience for you, but one of the many projects that can help push game dev forward to a better and more equitable future. Now go play the game. Time is ticking, and Godric hates waiting. Make the bastard wait. But you should play this game anyways. Oh, hello. Dev Notes. Hello. Thank you for downloading the game and even peeking into the Dev Notes section. I'm Moku, and I have the honor of helping back with the background of the game. I consider myself very new to the whole indie game making sphere. Bad workplace environments and abusive higher-ups are something that haunts me, and I believe a lot of people's everyday life. It is sad that this is especially prominent in the creative sphere, where the bosses will exploit the love workers have for their crafts and try and create an environment where the workers need to be thankful to be able to work, thus trying to normalize having to put up with the abuse and time crunch that are forced upon them. That really is the fucking manipulation of it all, isn't it? If they are dependent on you, they are dependent on the boss, on the boss's appreciation and goodwill for continuing to employ you. Like, that's by the book abuse and manipulation. That's just straight up breaking you down, making you dependent on them so that you will keep working awful hours and awful conditions just to... Starts out to please them, but you keep moving... Boss keeps moving the goalposts so you can never please them. So at some point you just keep putting the grind in just to avoid displeasing them. And to keep moving the goalposts then, too. Find new reasons to just keep beating you down. Fucking... Unfortunately, I don't know a good solution to this, nor do I have any professional knowledge of it, but I do hope that that does at least get talked about more often, becomes recognized as a problem rather than the norm. Maybe this game could start that conversation. Yeah, recognized as a problem, becomes more publicly recognized, so, and more widely reported, so more people feel safe speaking out about it, and it gets more public traction and pressure to remove these abusive worms from their roles and fix the problems. Last but not least, thanks to the whole game team for letting me work with you guys and for the patience you have given me. It's great being able to see the game slowly being made with everyone's hard work. It'd be fun playing the game as much as I had fun being able to be a part of making it. Importantly, thank you for making Enya the great ball of sunshine. What is... You do have a cat that looks like... That cat is berating me from your phone. Godric, your cat is an asshole. I'm sorry, I love cats, but... Oh god, this is the Bobby. Godric's cat takes after him, it seems. Yeah. Similar personality types. I hate it. Oh, we found the pic? I was just about to say, let me call this worm. Look at this worm. Why is his face? It's staring right into your soul. Yeah, honestly. Look at his face. What a worm. Ooh, I think I also have one here. Yeah, there it is. There it is. I have these random twofold shots saved in here. We are staring. The very picture that inspired Godric's outfit. We will sit here and judge Godric. We will make Godric wait, because... because fuck his time, his money. He can fucking wait. He will go to the he will go to the box where he will wait forever. Somehow Godric looks more human than Robbie, honestly. This face is genuinely unsettling. Sorry, Caprice, you don't... It's... honestly... God, it's unsettling. How is your eyes so dark, sir? You are a worm. Goodness gracious. Get out of here with that. Let me... Ooh, we missed out. We have some worse applications here. Hey, look at this! Look at this analog. It's him, right here. The fucking worm. Live Bobby Kotick cam. Honestly. Bobby Kotick stares into your soul while fucking Damon Gantz music plays. Honestly. Hang on. Just saw something interesting in the Google image search results. Where is it? Oh. Bobby Kotick, reigning king of the douchebags. Oh, boy. Correct. Bobby Kotick Hearthstone card. Cowardly Band, bro. Hearthstone. Battle Cry. There's tons of fun Bobby Kotick edits here. Let's see if I can find a good one. God, he is a real piece of work, ain't he? Okay, that's enough of his face. Get him off here. Get out of here. You're banished to the void for your sins. Banished to the void for your sins. Instead, we will put good people on the screen. We will put so many good people on the screen instead. Oh gosh. Yeah, this is definitely going on the list of games that I can't bring myself to go back and get the worst endings for. I'm not putting them through that. Not after seeing things work out nicely. Time flashed by for the stream to pass the 3 hour mark. Yeah, honestly. Really did fly by. It's a good sign, I reckon. You're playing me the bad ending is a bad. Oh, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Oh, I don't like that implication whatsoever. Hmm. I'm not doing that to my... I'm not doing that to my pal Enya. I'm not doing that to my pal Enya. Enya deserves good things. Absolute sunshine. Absolute bright sunshine. I'm... like... like, it's... I said, I don't know how much I want to talk about it, since it's only, like, marginally related to the medium and the message here whatsoever, but I did have a... It was a period of time at work where I did have a Enya of my own. I was in Diana's position, and this is the ending I wish I could have had. I did not do nearly as well in that regard, and I have many regrets, but so I'm going to let things end here. I've let things end here. I'm going to give Enya and Diana that good ending. I want this music played too here because it's very relaxing. I really should make like a itch.io collection that I can add games to of just games that I can't bear at 100% because the first ending's that good and I fear for any worse endings. Don't want to put the characters through that. It's there have been many. I could make a legitimate collection out of this, but do it. I'm going to do that. Definitely at this point. Let's see. Because there's a very... God, I can't stop thinking about their dynamic, and it's like, I live that dynamic. I can't stop thinking about that. Just how he managed to bring her up and bring that life back into her eyes. Helped her find her footing, gave her just some form of companionship. That just dearly needed connection. That's just on a character-to-character level, that I found really just meaningful in its own right, too. And he's the most precious bean. Yes. Absolute precious bean. Just protect that light in his eyes. Just, I want to say, feels. I'd say protect their innocence, but that seems. Protect their passion, that earnest passion in their heart, because it can be so easily ground out of someone. The more you hold on to that, the better you can live. Better you can live your life. Ah. Okay. I will continue to gush. If I keep that open. So, okay. Very good. Ah, they were so good. That's... ah. It's so deserved. That was... God, that really hit me. That really hit me. Everyone else in the chat. Haven't checked. Yeah, everyone else still in the chat. Here's our link to the game. Check chat now. And you'll see the link to Monochrome Pixels. If you enjoyed what you just saw, pull up that link. Give the team a review. Let them know your thoughts. And spread the love. Because like we've seen, a positive, kind word, positive message, an earnest comment that you've seen the work and appreciate what you've said and appreciate what you've gotten from this can go so far to make people feel seen after putting in so much time and effort into all this work, into these passion projects which are full of stress and pain and anxiety and uncertainty, balancing that out with the capitalism as a whole and how much that's suffering, how much that suffers, how much the capitalism grinds people down. Just giving them that showing that bit of appreciation. It's the least we can do. Just keep supporting each other, keep supporting the creators you see and enjoy, and keep spreading that love. It's a little bit goes a long way. A little bit goes a long way. All right. Oh God. Wait. Close that out. And yeah, it is. Yeah, it's almost 11. I think I'm probably going to end off after this here. I